Ooga fucking Ooga cunts. Welcome back to the best show on the Snatchcast, Cringe of Yesteryear. Today, Shives, the Brain Trust, all the rest of them. I know everybody else has talked about them to death, but I haven't. So, fuck you. With me today, we got Schmeckle. Say what's up, Schmeckle.
How's everyone doing? It's about fucking time the three of us could do one of these again.
Right? It's been a long fucking time. I missed all of you. And we also got my brother Robert. He is sick.
Hey, everybody.
So with us. Hi, Robert.
I said, hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
So muted. No.
All right. So, what has Steve Shives done now?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if
jack
Steve's
shit about
done anything.
current Steve Shives. I know.
There has been no new news on Steve Shives for 2 years. There has he has done nothing noteworthy in quite a long time. But somehow he got picked for a $2,000 grant from what's it called, the YouTube
VidCon.
VidCon, that's it. Because apparently the VidCon came. They gave $2,000 to a bunch of smaller channels that apparently they had noticed but didn't invite to panels on VidCon, and gave them $2,000 each to help their channel grow, which is, I think, one of the funniest things I've ever heard concerning Steve Shives.
Yeah, what
the fuck did Steve Shives spend $2,000 to help this channel?
He's going to get a new pen to put in his shirt. He's buying a new
He's going
pen.
to spend it on...
Mark, you're going out, buddy.
Monday Matt with you. He's going to buy $2,000 worth.
2 grams worth of what? You went out for like 5 seconds.
Those bot views. Monday Matt was using to keep his numbers up for a while.
Was Monday Matt using bots?
Well, you can go on and buy like subs.
Yeah, I know that. He was doing that?
Yeah, Monday Matt was. Right after he did that live stream.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I could see Steve Shives buying with that $2,000 that would help his channel.
He's got all the bots blocked already.
From what I've heard, and you guys backed this up before the stream started, Steve Shives used to be, respected, and it's a weird thought, Steve Shives respected.
Yeah. And back when I started getting into like YouTube atheism, this was like 6 years ago now, I was watching Steve Shives, I was watching Logic, I was watching Matt Dillahunty, but Steve Shives had some decent content back in the day. Some of it,
I'm just saying.
some of his
used to be on the level of Logic. Like, if you guys never seen Steve Shives' old content, he was like legit. Huh?
Yeah, he was one of the best atheist channels on YouTube for a good number of years. And
that's a ridiculous thought, Steve Shives being
best
at anything.
I know. But this was before, I mean, there wasn't all that much variety to choose from. I mean, the YouTube atheism got flooded with channels once that started picking up, and then, it got flooded with anti-SJW stuff once atheism kind of got boring. But,
yeah, it had been done to death at that point. Same reason people don't do SJW stuff anymore.
Well, I think that's when we saw. I mean, Steve used to go hard in on Islam and stuff like that. But then, when the switch was happening, that's when you started seeing as the shift slowly started to shift into anti-SJW stuff. That's when you start seeing Steve shift into an SJW.
Well, it was Atheism Plus.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was. Well, that's kind of No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely, but that was happening right around the same time as all this.
Right, because okay, so
Well,
everybody was
that's
like
when
on
the
the same
SJW
page.
swarmed into atheism.
Yeah. What's up, Adrian? Everybody was like on the same page. Everybody was doing this atheist content, and it started blowing up. One of the originals, Logic, was one of the originals. I mean, AIU was one of the originals. He was like the first person I ever started watching on YouTube was Atheism is Unstoppable. And then Atheism Plus hit. This was right when a whole bunch of new creators had jumped on the scene. You had, I guess, Armored Skeptic had been around for a while too. Same with Repzion. Repzion got his fucking popularity by doing a lot of
Armored
anti-atheist
Skeptic got pop. He started doing videos like after Atheism Plus. Like one of his first videos was talking about how he was kind of like SJW booted from Atheism Plus.
Well, no, because the very first video I ever watched on YouTube, you showed me, was an Atheism is Unstoppable video that mimicked fucking.
Yeah, that was right around during Atheism Plus. That was during that time.
I mean, I had quite a while of Steve Shives being normal and well liked before Atheism Plus hit. So this was long before Atheism Plus.
I can't possibly imagine Steve Shives being remotely normal.
Dude, I mean, he was top dog. He was one of the top dogs, man.
Was he?
Had a video series where he would read the letters people would write into his newspaper in his little crazy ass fucking town, and some of them were fucking hilarious, man.
I suppose
he had some good content back in the day.
If you say so. I've only ever known them as the cuck.
Yeah, exactly. We're split down the middle here. Me and Jimmy have only ever known SJW fucking blockbot Steve Shives.
Yeah. Look, even Andy says he was normal. I tell you.
The first time I actually heard about blockbots was involving Steve Shives, and I looked him up, and I was already blocked by him. And I'm like, that's before I even knew of anyone like Sargon or any of the sort. I'm like, how the fuck am I blocked by him? I think I even asked my mom because she just signed up for Twitter. I went, Mom, type in this guy, and she was blocked, and she's never met him.
But not Mama Semaj. No, not Mama Semaj.
Mama Semaj is
a monster.
Semaj's mom got blocked by fucking.
No, the best was when PewDiePie tweeted it out. Did you hear about that? Oh yeah,
no.
Shives
Pewds got fucking blocked by Shives.
Yeah, so he tweeted out.
Personal block.
He tweeted out, I have no idea who this guy is, but I'm blocked by him. And then Steve Shives responds to PewDiePie going, it was just like a mistake. Go ahead, you're not blocked anymore. And PewDiePie was like, no, that's okay. I'm good.
Oh, the most popular YouTuber of all time?
There's 6 degrees of separation between me and PewDiePie, so...
God damn. I've never heard of any of this till now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jimmy, did you know there are Steve Shives nudes out there?
I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. I imagine there's probably even a BDSM video, which I would, in Steve Shives' case, I would call it domestic abuse.
It involves stuffed animals.
I remember seeing like a video with him and his wife, and just watching him cower in the corner. He was like shaking in front of her.
Yeah, so that's the video I was talking about. He's only done like 1 or 2 videos with his wife, but the one you're talking about, that's the one where she was like shaming him because his DVD collection was sexist.
Yeah, because he likes like what was it like Angel?
He likes Buffy over Angel.
No, he likes Angel.
No. He likes Buffy over Angel because specifically he likes the girl better than the guy.
Well, I mean,
Because he thinks like Buffy's hot and shit like that.
Getting upset for liking either one, one is kind of stupid because they both suck. But I can't see it. I actually liked Angel for a time.
I've never seen Angel. I couldn't fucking stand Buffy.
I liked Angel like in the last season because he became the head of a mega corporation that was run by like demons and devils, but now he's in charge of all of them. And he's like, okay, I gotta find some way to kill you all, but I have to make sure it's not super obvious. And then they're all. It was a really funny season.
I never watched Angel or Buffy, but I did watch the shit out of the movie, which was way better than the fucking show.
Hell yeah, the movie was fucking toy. Mm-hmm. Christy Swanson, dude, she was hot as hell back in the day. She probably still is.
Probably. She's what?
Hot as hell.
Okay, I thought you said, I don't know, something about herpes.
You heard what you wanted.
Mike went out, and that's just what I assumed.
Herpes, okay, gotcha. So, what brings up Steve Shives?
You didn't hear about
being a bad YouTuber.
Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
VidCon's giving him $2,000.
What?
For being a bad YouTuber.
Why would VidCon give him $2,000
to help his channel? He was like a featured channel for this. They gave away $2,000 to a bunch of channels, and they're
okay. Who are the other channels?
Let's see.
I would assume similar to Steve Shives, if that's the direction.
Yeah, a lot of them are similar to Steve Shives, at least in look. But let me. They tweeted out. Let me go to the tweets real quick.
Okay, because I'm trying to see if I've heard of any of them. I don't know though. Like some of the more skeptic channels that I watched for a while, then I teared off was like Armored Skeptic, and then I just sort of stopped watching after a while because I'm like, eh.
Okay, here's one of them. Meet Jasmine. She has a channel, and she is a disabled black midget woman. I am not kidding.
Wait, you fucking shit.
You gotta pull up a picture. You gotta pull up a picture. I want to see if she's hot or not. I want to know if I can get off to this.
Here, I will copy. Here's the link to the tweet right there in the chat. And I'll put it in the chat so everyone else can see her too.
She meets like fucking 9 out of 10 of the criteria to become God King of the world.
Yes, that is a disabled black midget woman.
Oh no, she's fat.
She's that weird.
And it looks like both of her eyes.
She's a midget. She's that weird kind of midget fat.
No, it's not
they can't
regular. It's not like midget chubby. She's obese.
Well, it's because, dude, first of all, it's real hard to walk and do exercise when you're short like that.
That's not an excuse. Just work harder.
So here's the tweet for Steve.
Oh, wait, she's disabled though. Never mind. That is an excuse.
I was gonna say she's not just a midget. Doesn't she have like?
Yeah, she's in a wheelchair. I can understand her not going for a run.
Okay.
I just clicked on her Twitter. She is she's a keeper, I guess.
She looks like
gonna go with no though.
Entertainer. Get long hair.
Why the fuck is VidCon giving these people money?
So that they can improve their channels.
This girl
could improve his channel is if he deletes it.
This girl obviously has a message that resonates with everybody.
With the disabled black midget crowd.
Damn, it's about time they were represented.
Yeah, all 6 of them.
I mean, she is literally like a punchline to a joke that has been told for years.
Like, look, like, what's his name? Ricky Berwick. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Is he getting money? Probably not. He's already really popular.
He's got that creep factor.
Yeah, he is.
Why did Ricky get? It's because he's a white cis male. He has all the privilege. Ricky is all the privilege. Don't you know about Ricky's privilege?
Well, I mean, he is Canadian, which means he gets all those Canadian dollars because he's so, disabled.
Yeah, Ricky actually lives really close to me.
Look at all that privilege.
Yeah, like he lives in a nice city. He's white as shit. He's obviously very male. I assume massively endowed. He's got a lot going for him.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't deserve
Have you
any
seen
of
what he can do with his tongue? Ladies must love the motherfucker.
I can guarantee he gets laid more than we do.
Oh man! So I have the tweet for Steve's creator grant here. VidCon tweets out: "Meet Steve. Steve Shives has an undaunted ability to speak on controversial topics like politics, social issues, and Star Trek. We're excited to announce that he'll be receiving a VidCon creator grant."
Why though? I mean,
Catty nerdy like Star Wars.
Well, do they honestly think that, like, in case of Steve? I mean, there's been so many response videos to Steve Shive that I mean, shouldn't someone have seen it? Seen that he's not very well liked.
Careers off of response videos to Steve Shives.
Yeah,
Steve Shives he's a meme at this point. It seems weird that they'd give him anything, especially since he's an outdated meme at this point.
Like, that's why his story is so tragic. Is because was he always like, did he always have this blind spot and nobody knew because all he did was talk about religion? But see, I don't think so. I think something happened and his fucking mind just flipped. He just stopped. He used to rip into Islam. He used to rip into Islam hard. Because, I mean, he was a top atheist YouTube channel because of shit like that. He focused on Christianity, but, I mean, like, he didn't give Islam a pass. There were several videos he did after, like, a terror attack where he's like, this is why religion is harmful. And maybe he didn't, like, pick on Islam. Like, he definitely focused on Christianity. But he didn't give him a pass. And it wasn't until Atheism Plus that I don't know if it was something on
all
YouTube.
All of a sudden, Muslims are marginalized.
Yeah, I mean, it had to have been something in his personal life. It had to have been something, and I think it was his wife. He met a girl that he would finally stick around with him, but only if he fucking towed the line.
Well, he was married before he started doing it, before his channel even. I mean, he's been married to her for years before he became an SJW.
Right. When it started changing. And so she changed him. Like, his wife totally jumped on board because his wife has that oppression. You know, she's a female, so she's always been oppressed her entire life, even though she's probably been given every fucking thing. And, like, the minute amount of criticism or being made fun of in their entire life is just amplified because it so rarely fucking happens.
That is kind of an interesting take on it. The reason everything is oppression or massively damaging to these people is because it's so rare to them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if they ever had to actually face like legitimate hardship. I mean, I at least understand that I've never had to, like, I mean, I've had bad times in my life, obviously, but I've never been in a position where I've been like homeless or worried about the next meal I'm going to have, or
fuck.
been in a situation where I couldn't like call my parents in a bad situation. Like, I've never had an experience where like,
You cut out at the best part.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. You get what I'm saying. I've never had.
No, we did not get what you were saying. You cut out.
I mean, I've had people in my family die who hasn't. I've had, I've had a good life, but I can recognize, I see what can happen around the world and recognize how good I have it, be extremely grateful for what I have, and still recognize that not everybody has it like I do. And I mean, in a legitimate sense, not that I'm fucking advocating, like, if they're having hard times, sucks to be you, man, and get yourself out of it. I was lucky to be born where I was, when I was, and fucking not my skin color, but the fact that I was really lucky because I had good parents that went to fucking school and college and both had.
I don't know where he's going.
There's the I'm gonna shut up. I'm getting into weird territory.
Oh,
no, I get the point.
Those people who complain all the time about stupid shit and mean it. I mean, I'll bitch about stupid shit all day, but I don't fucking care about, because I have perspective, most of the shit in my life, I just let slide off my back. It fucking means nothing.
It's fun to complain, but you don't care enough to actually, it's not, it doesn't bother you enough to take action, just enough to fucking complain about it.
Right.
You're not marching in the street.
Complain for a minute, let off some steam, and then it's over. And
not everything needs to be the cause for an uproar, right?
Right. I mean, it's got to be really important. I mean, I feel like you save the uproars for when it's really fucking important.
Exactly. An uproar is for something big. You don't just whip out an uproar over nothing.
Right. Because, fuck, boy who cried wolf, whatever. It's just the fact that, like, people look at you like a little bitch all the time if all you do is complain.
I mean, look at it this way. If you can scream just as loud about an ad in a subway station as you can for, like, dying kids in Africa or whatever, there's a problem there.
What we're seeing is people screaming louder for the subway ad and not talking at all about the dying kids in Africa.
Well, that's the thing. If you're screaming about both, you got to prioritize. And what we got here is people screaming real loud about the small things that they know they can get their way on.
Air conditioning is sexist when we have, like, sex slavery still existing in the Middle East. You know what I mean? It's like, quit bitching about the fucking air conditioning. We still have real problems to deal with. And if you are advocating for women, this is the problem you should be screaming about, and not the goddamn air conditioning.
The air conditioning is more
man-spreading. You shouldn't be bitching about man-spreading or fucking man-interrupting. Like, there are women out there who are getting beaten because they're women.
Jimmy.
Yes?
Stop stuffing your fucking face.
I'm not stuffing my face. I'm drawing stuff.
Stop whacking it.
It sounds like you're eating fucking chips.
One of the two.
No, well, it's
at the same time.
It's different because I'm drawing by hand instead of working on my tablet. My tablet's nice and quiet, but when you're using pens and markers, well, yeah.
Well, that's a perfect thing to be doing while you're live streaming.
Apparently so. I forget that these things make noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll switch over to digital. Well, let me finish what I'm working on.
There we go. Object of Hate says that talking to dying kids, Shamima Begum, that's the ISIS bride chick, lost her third kid in the ISIS area. So she lost her passport back to the UK.
Did she give it to the kid? Or what?
She's gonna be fucked.
The kid goes missing. She's like, "Shit, my fucking."
When you say she lost it, do you mean
Yeah,
like
I don't think the kid went missing. I think she was pregnant, wasn't she? The kid died, I think.
Who is it?
That's why he said talking of dying.
Is she the fucking ISIS wife that's trying to get citizenship back to England or whatever?
Yeah.
Is that her? Fuck her. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we got one trying to come back here to Canada too. Can't remember her name.
Well, unlike the U.S., she'll probably work here in Canada.
Fuck them. The fucking thought.
Yeah, no. If you decided to go join ISIS, you joined ISIS. Like that's game over.
That's like that you're a traitor at that point. Just stay with your new home. We don't want you
and
here.
here's the thing: they've interviewed her since then. I've fucking heard some of the interviews, and she hasn't changed her fucking position. Maybe she won't fucking strap a bomb to her chest and walk out there, but she certainly wouldn't report any fucking buddy in her neighborhood that's planning on doing some shit. She certainly wouldn't object to it. She certainly wouldn't object to fucking Sharia courts. She certainly wouldn't. So fuck her. Fuck her and everything she stands for. She has a problem. Maybe she should fucking repent and fucking say, like, I love fucking Subway and fucking chips, like fish and chips and shit. And maybe then people will look at her a little differently.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a very good tactic.
Go fucking mind. Go fuck.
Like you're fucking trying to get back into the country. It's not a very good tactic to sit there and go, yeah, I'm not sorry for what I did. I still believe in what I did. I don't regret joining ISIS, but please let me back in.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking toddlers know enough to lie to you.
Yeah. Oh, well, ISIS got destroyed because, like, do you think that if ISIS was, didn't get just annihilated by us, fucking, she would be coming back to Britain trying to rejoin and leave ISIS? Fuck no. The only reason she's coming back is because there's, like, nowhere else for her to go.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, honesty's a great thing, but you're kind of dumb to be honest sometimes, right?
Right.
If I were in her position.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm not going to go marry
citizenship in Iran or Saudi.
Oh, yeah, there's also that. Seek citizenship.
To drive a car, and you want to fucking walk down the street without getting fucking assaulted. But it blows my fucking mind.
That people are this stupid. I'm not surprised in the slightest. This is ridiculous. This is hardly the first time it's happened.
Yeah.
You think someone would just sort of clue in and go, yeah, maybe that's not a good idea? But there are all these like young, idealistic, ridiculously stupid people, and probably liberal too. Well, let's be honest.
Right, object of hate. I agree that's okay. Object of hate says actually the UK has let a whole bunch of jihadis in who sneak back in, but MI5 can't afford the people to keep track of them. Well, they should have just fucking stopped them from coming in the goddamn country. Maybe have a wall.
No, the way I see it, if you're a fucking terrorist and you show up at the border, you're a fucking terrorist.
Stop.
There shouldn't be any question. I know England doesn't have death penalties, but at least don't let fucking terrorists in. There shouldn't be any question with any of these ISIS brides, because it's basic logic. You know these people are terrorists.
Yeah.
You aren't sitting there with a question of, hey, these people might be terrorists. These people are part of ISIS. The question you're asking yourself is, do we let this terrorist in?
Do these people even know what would happen to this woman from our government even 6 fucking years ago? Not only would she not have been given citizenship again, she would have probably been arrested, sent to fucking Guantanamo, fucking tortured.
I think if they were
for any information. Maybe I'm glad that shit doesn't happen anymore, but Jesus Christ, to fucking argue in favor of giving her citizenship again, just so she can move back into a fucking neighborhood where the cops won't go, the fucking anybody who isn't Muslim won't go, because you go there and you're a fucking infidel. Like, I mean, she'll move right back into a no-go zone. They'll have their own goddamn Sharia court. She'll be just fine. And when some crazy fucking Abdullah fucking dude goes to blow up the next thing in Britain, and she fucking knows about it, she's like, shit. Fuck her.
I like the Abdullah dude.
You gotta watch out for those Abdullah dudes.
Yeah.
Living on goddamn Durka Street. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with that shit, but fucking hell.
Well, no, there's even been some rhetoric about people don't want her to get her citizenship back because she's I don't know if you guys knew this, she's a brown lady. I think it's a little bit of a stretch to pin racism on not wanting a literal terrorist in your country.
Thank you.
I mean, again, it goes back to she's a fucking terrorist.
Right. And here's the hypocrite shit. For most of the people that want to give her citizenship back are the kind of people that like condemn Count Dankula and think he should go to fucking jail.
Well, I mean, he made a racist joke.
I mean, he made a joke. It's so much worse than fucking supporting and abetting terrorism. It can't even describe it.
Well, then see, if he were to come out and support like the IRA or something, they'd fucking hang Dank.
And I got bitten by fucking bugs like insane. So I'm sorry for all the scratching, people.
It's all right. We just figured your house was filthy.
Right. It's such a horribly filthy house. I live on a ship, can't you tell? Oh,
yeah, you're one fucking decoration.
Hey, there's a lamp. And a clock.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you've been there for months now.
A couple months, but I mean, I went back to Kansas City, which was supposed to be for a week. And then my buddy, who I went down there with, his car, his transfer case broke. And took 2 weeks to get that shit fixed. So I've been out of town for 3 weeks. And I just got back last night.
All right.
So what is up?
Back?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I don't know, Florida to the center of fucking Ice Queen's asshole. Fuck that shit. We had 3 huge storms with like half a foot of snow or more each time. It was fucking got negative 16 degrees with the wind chill and shit. Fuck that. That's why I went to Florida for the winter.
Mark's a lot more talkative when he's high.
And I'm drunk. Thank you.
There we go. That explains it.
What I have to ask, what's up with the wheel? Little
I'm in Florida, man. I live fucking like 2 blocks away from the beach.
Oh, so you got
nautical themed.
Okay, so you just got because it was there and it was cool.
No, I'm renting a room in Florida.
Oh, see, okay, that I didn't know. That's a bit of information.
Yeah, that's not my nautical wheel.
Oh, okay.
That nautical wheel was there already.
Okay, all right. That answers that question. All right. So who else is on this bloody list of people getting free money?
I don't know. We got Steve Shives, Black Cripple Midget,
There. I had
who else?
She's gonna be big.
I'm going to check
She's
again.
gonna be big. Not literally, but
she's already there. So like,
Yeah, I mean, she's already quite large for a midget. I mean, she's a midget, but she might weigh more than me.
yeah.
I feel bad for saying that because she is a crippled midget, but just objectively.
Oh, here we go.
Here's another guy, Jason, that's got a Steve Shives beard and Steve Shives hair.
Is it C Shives?
No, it's a guy named Jason.
That's it.
But he looks like a soy
be a
boy.
VidCon.
We'll put him in the side chat here. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I have a feeling the whole list is going to be either people who make similar content to Steve or people in similar conditions to the Jasmine chick.
Yeah, you know, I think it's weird that they went with Steve and they specifically said it's because he's controversial. Because I'm like, aren't you trying to avoid controversy?
Did they say it was because he was controversial? I don't remember that.
Wasn't that in the description? I thought it was.
No, it was. They just praised him for his commentary on social issues, politics, and Star Trek. Didn't say anything about him being controversial.
All of his Atheist Read series are still on there.
Sorry.
All of Steve Shives' Atheist Read series.
I've thrown a few more people that I found in the chat.
That's why he got popular, is that series, that Atheist Read series. And they're all still up there.
So that was back when when people still liked him?
Yeah.
I mean, I say when people still like him. I actually was taking a look at his Patreon earlier. He gets over $1,000 a month. So 339 patrons. He's not doing bad. Clearly, some people like the guy.
Holy crap! The last Atheist Read series he did was in the summer of last year, and it only got 6,000 views. Versus
how many subscribers does Steve have?
80,000.
You cut out there. How many thousand?
80,000.
80. Yes, so 6,000 views. Not great.
Right. Let's see. An older one that he has. Ooh, that has 30,000 views. That has 18,000 views.
Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna have a smoke. Rob, you're in charge.
Yeah, Rob, tell me what to do.
That guy had a video where he tied egg cartons to his shoes.
That is exactly what happened. Yes,
and that guy's getting $2,000.
Well, yeah. Look,
this dude's riding his longboard at night.
Like the guy with the eggshells. I mean, okay, at least you're doing something that's mildly interesting. At least you're putting an effort in to try and make an interesting video. Because like I never thought about that. I would never do that. But at least someone's out there to do that. Okay, all right, that's something. This guy on the bike.
Just skateboard down the goddamn street.
It looks that way. That's what he's doing. He's just riding the skateboard.
He just got
cool lighting. But
well,
it's got
I'll
cool
say
lighting,
this.
dude, so it's fresh.
Exactly. I'll say this. I mean, at least he's not controversial. This is easy stuff to do. I mean, this is
he's not even on this real skateboard. He's like on a bitch board, easy board.
That's
with giant wheels,
like a custom longboard.
Yeah.
So it's real hard to fall.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Maybe he talks about stuff while he's skateboarding.
Oh, this is his Twitter. Let's see what we got here. It's got food. It's got his videos. It looks like it's a lot of well, this one might be. Whoops.
So yeah,
nope,
Twitter account's just to chill.
Oh my god, it is just more skateboard stuff.
Right.
Right. I mean,
give Dankula $2,000.
Dankula, yeah, I'd like to see him get $2,000. Granted,
from what I understand, he could use the fucking money right now.
Well,
right.
or at least maybe his what is it, girlfriend or wife now? I can't tell.
I think they got married.
Oh, did they? Did they have the wedding?
I think they were planning to get married. I think they wanted to get married before he went to jail, which is great. Congratulations for him.
When he's in the shower, you'd be like, "No thanks, I'm married."
Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I thought that asshole was open for business, but no.
You know,
he put a ring on it.
Oh,
it works. It works. There's one thing criminals respect. It's the sanctity of marriage.
Well,
would hate to. I'd hate to know what they'd do with the extra holes in prison. He's got some big ass holes in his ears.
Oh.
Personally, I'd rather get fucked in like a big ass hole in my ear. That'd be like, hey, can we start with that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's preferable to other places. We got $3 from Joseph Kerwin. He says, "Didn't Shives ruin a con he had some authority over about a year ago?" Did Steve Shives, was he in charge?
It was that MythCon. Wasn't it MythCon where he bitched about
Armored Skeptic and Shoe being
right?
Panelists.
I forgot about that.
Who else? Was it Sargon that was speaking there?
Yeah.
That like a bunch of them got uninvited.
I think. Are you talking about Mythicist Milwaukee?
That could be it.
I think that's the one.
Mythicist there was some controversy with that, but it still went through. That's that famous one where Sargon had a debate with Joseph Smith, and he stormed off the stage as soon as his time was up.
That's right. Didn't take questions and shit.
Well, he took the allotted questions. They went overtime because they thought, well, they
he was salty. He was salty. He got his ass handed to him.
Oh, and then 1 year later at the next Mythicist, I mean, they still talk about him. It's like, oh god, just storm off the stage. We'll make it a tradition.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking funny.
So Steve went from being an atheist to being an SJW. What's he doing now? Like,
I still think
do any of you still? Well, yeah, I figure he hasn't suddenly started believing in God, but is he still doing SJW type shit, or like what earned him this $2,000?
Who the fuck knows? He hasn't done anything of note in fucking years.
Quick question here. I tried looking up Steve Shives here on Twitter. I forgot there's how many alt accounts or other accounts have been made. Does anyone know who the real Steve Shives is?
Yeah, it's Steve_Shives.
Steve_Shives. That is not on the list here. All right.
It's because you're probably blocked.
Well, that may be it. Steve_Shives.
Yeah, no, you're definitely blocked. His block bots, from what I understand, they're based on who you follow.
Oh yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at all these look at all these accounts. These are all parody accounts or something.
Like I said, Steve Shives is a meme now. That's like he's more well known for the blocking and all that shit than he was for his atheism shit.
Yeah.
He's He's nothing more than a joke. Like, again, I say that, but you know, like almost 400 people disagree with me.
Oh, I am definitely blocked from Steve Shives.
I'm Steve Shives, I promise.
I've ever cared to look. I'm not blocked from Chrisiosity, though.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Chrisiosity? I haven't heard from her in a long time.
Isn't she part of the Brain Trust?
From what I don't know. It's kind of just like a loose term from what I understand. But you know, people like Chrisiosity, Kevin Logan.
It's like Steve, Chrisiosity, fucking Tim.
Yeah, Michael Rowlands, Kevin Logan,
and
Willie Bumblebee.
The one with the PhD.
Is Bumblebee part of that shit? And then the other bitch. What's her fucking name?
She's one of the outliers. She's one of the less like the. But yeah, I think she's Brain Trust.
I mean, if Bumblebee's part of the Brain Trust, then Chrisiosity is definitely part of the Brain Trust.
Oh yeah,
isn't Chrisiosity still dueling with Bering?
I have no idea. I haven't heard anything from Bering lately either.
Right.
Well, I think a lot of us lost track after his channel got struck. He had to re-upload all of his videos. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore him for a while, and then just kind of forgot, which is a shame.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't put up any new drama videos in a while.
I thought Chrisiosity was in a Poisoning the Well live stream. She likes to show up to those. Her and Sophane are buddies, which I got no problem with Chrisiosity. Or Tim. What's his fucking last name?
Tim Blake.
Tim Blake, is that it?
Yeah.
They're not so bad.
No, I like Tim. Tim's a good guy.
Chris Winters is.
We got $3 from Joseph Kerwin. He says, "Look up the Atheist Convention is Dead and Steve Shives on atheismandthecity.com." When do you do that thing?
Hey, did Shives have something to do with the Fire Festival? Was that Shives?
The Fire Festival?
Yeah.
Might as well stop presenting me. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Did he Fire Festival some fucking con?
Yeah, look that up. The Atheist Convention is Dead. Oh shit, am I?
I don't know if it might just be me. I don't know, but Atheist Convention is Dead. No, this is not a good way to search for this shit. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
Drop a link.
So what?
Who in the chat told us about that?
A million ads. I'm not searching Atheist Convention is Dead. It's got to be. Let's see.
I think
January 18th.
I think you're supposed to search it on atheismandthecity.com.
Oh well, that's too much work.
Fuck's sake, you're gonna make me do it myself.
I found something that actually says exactly that. The atheistconference.com. It was coming July 6th through 8th. Give me a moment to scan through this so I'm not wasting everybody's time.
All right.
Make entertainment.
Yeah, it seems kind of ridiculous that we're still talking about these people in 2016. Or in a year that's not 2016, sorry. Okay, Joseph Kerwin's put the links in the chat for you, Mark. That'll be a lot easier.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
It seems weird that we're still even talking about Steve Shives in the modern day. But you know, with the anti-SJW stuff kind of dead, the SJW stuff is still going strong, right?
SJW stuff is, yes, still going strong.
I mean,
I
there are
would say
only
the
so many.
anti-SJW stuff is dead. I would say that it's becoming more mainstream than ever. Look at the whole fucking Ghostbusters and Captain Marvel shit that's going on. Normies are scared about it now.
That's true. I mean, the YouTube stuff, you know, anti-SJW stuff kind of, it had its peak of popularity, and that
is true.
Disappeared. The SJW stuff, on the other hand, is still going strong. We're just not paying attention to it. So it'd be interesting to know what people like Christy Winters and them are still doing.
Okay, you want me to read something out of this? Or if somebody else can read it, that'd be better. But
yeah, Mark, you got that article pulled up?
I'm wondering, is this the con that got brought down, and because this went down, Base Mama did her fucking con? Her con of a con? See what I did there?
hey, Mark, start on paragraph 4.
All right. Early on, we invited atheist YouTuber Steve Shives to speak at TAC on a panel about YouTube atheism. We gave him the ability to control.
For anybody that doesn't know, TAC is the Atheist Conference.
Yeah.
Tech.
All right. Gave him the ability to control who's on the panel, as he wouldn't participate on it with anyone who strongly disagreed with him. Naturally, he picked people whose ideology was very much in line with his own. And immediately we got slacked by the anti-SJW wing of the atheist community, who all told us that our speakers were very one-sided in the pro-SJW direction. That doesn't mean, that's not what slack means. When you get slack from somebody, it means they, you know, give you an easy...
Yeah, they meant to say they caught flack from someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, flack maybe, yeah. Okay, there is no doubt about it that Shives' panel was very pro-SJW. No doubt. It would have been moderated by Lee Moore, TAC's founder, and the plan was for him to be of the sole voice of criticism against some of the shadier tactics Shives is guilty of.
I want to hear what Shives is guilty of.
It wasn't all we were about. We weren't going to put on a social justice warrior conference. Social justice issues weren't going to be the focus of the conference. Trying to patch the atheist community's rifts to focus on getting us united on what we agree on was. There were going to be panels with secular politicians, speeches about critical thinking and the problems of groupthink, speeches about science, a comedy show with Mike Lee. What the fuck were they thinking? Everything SJWs hate. Like, they love groupthink, they hate science, they hate comedy. They're not a big fan of critical thinking. God, why'd you think this was going to work, inviting SJWs to a thing that promotes everything they stand against? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I've certainly been critical of various aspects of the SJW wing of the left on my site and on Twitter. Organized. So we were going to balance the ideology out so it wasn't completely one-sided. But no one noticed. All they knew was that Steve Shives was going to be there. And so it was an all-out SJW con. Then things got even worse. Bad man, blah, 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 a bunch of other stuff not associated with Steve Shives happened because they were dumb. Then once all these mistakes happened, people started pulling out. Big names in the atheist community like Seth Andrews and P.Z. Myers questioned the validity of her conference publicly. Excuse me.
All just because Steve fucking Shives was involved.
Right?
What did he do this time?
It doesn't sound like he did a whole lot. He just was part of it.
So,
him
because
being invited.
because Shives was a part of it, the anti-SJW crowd was against, the speakers spoke out about the validity of it, and so that meant the pro-SJW side was against it, so there was no winning. Everybody just blew up and said, you know how it goes. One side said it was benefiting the other side, and the other side said the same fucking thing, and
it sounds like some dumb shit. It really doesn't sound like something that can be pegged on Steve.
yeah. Well,
it sounds more like they made, like you said.
Yeah, the biggest paragraph in the entire thing, the one I glossed over, goes into like 3 things that fucked their money situation up. But the entire article is framed around that it was Steve Shives that was the problem. And with people that disagreed with him. Not that he wouldn't show up if there were other panels with other people on them or anything. That sounds like it was before he went crazy enough to say, if you even host these people, you're fucking...
Honestly, I don't think it would have been a problem if Steve hadn't come out fucking swinging against everybody else who was going to be there. If he had made a big fucking hullabaloo about it, nobody would have liked to. Okay, so Steve Shives got invited to a panel. There would have been. Shives is the one that kept the controversy alive in that, I think, by continually bitching and having streams and videos about the other panelists who were invited to the con.
That's right. This is the same one where he was bitching about like Shoe on Head and fucking Armored Skeptic talking, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. And then because this got...
Yeah, if these are the same conference.
They organized her own convention. And then that whole shit show happened.
That, what the fuck was that called? Kilroy.
Yeah. But, you know, Steve has become such a laughingstock of the internet that people will disagree with anything he says just because he says it.
I'm inclined to believe that some of these YouTubers are given the $2,000 legitimately to help him out. But in the case of Steve, I'm inclined to believe that YouTube, or VidCon I should say, gave him $2,000 just so they can sleep with his wife.
What the fuck does Steve's wife look like?
Not that attractive.
I've heard a lot about her.
I'll tell you that fucking.
No, I want to see the woman that's inspired such fear. Turned a man into Steve.
I don't even know what video. Think of a busted ass, like Sarah Silverman, but a little bit fatter and a little less New York.
Yeah, that's a plus.
And I don't know. Everything she says that I've seen her in has just completely been condescending and judgmental. Everything.
Can you blame her for that, though? I mean, everything you've seen her in.
Absolutely. Can we blame her for how she reacts to things? Like
everything you've seen her in, she's been interacting with Steve. You have a conversation with Steve Shives and don't be condescending.
Dude, I'm telling you, he didn't used to be like that. I'm going to send you at least one of his videos where, I mean, you'll agree with every goddamn thing he says in that video.
Well, yeah, but like you said, it might just be that he didn't used to talk about this shit, right?
That's weird. She does look a lot like Sarah Silverman, but a little fatter.
All right, let's
I nailed that description.
I was going to say there's something about the eye. There's something about the eyes. I think she looks like a female version of Onision. Just a little bit bigger. And that's another name I haven't heard in a while. Onision. What the fuck? What happened to that guy?
Repsion made a few videos about him recently because he had designated wetlands in his backyard that he fucking destroyed, and so then he went to and he filmed it, like he blogged about it and shit. And so he went to court and has to pay a huge fine and restore the wetlands and shit like that. So now he's making videos about that, like restoring his wetlands backyard.
Object of Hate says she's got a face like a bloke. She does kind of look like Lacey from Very Nearly Viral.
No, I don't see that.
I don't know. It's something in the jawline.
How does that not look like Onision?
Okay, that looks flat out like a man with a bowl cut.
You're right. I was gonna say she looks like an SNL character, like a dude is playing a chick.
The fucking Pat.
What's that? It's Pat.
Yeah, no, that looks like a man. But yeah, I don't even mean that in a mean way. She just has the facial features of a male. Her jaw, her jaw and her chin are stronger than mine.
You know, I want to say, like, Steve, you can do better, but it is Steve we're talking about. Maybe, probably not. It's probably the best you're going to get.
And see,
now that's being mean.
If you look at Steve Shives, with his hat on, maybe not that hat, but with his hairline covered up, he's not a terrible looking guy. He kind of looks like Mark.
I do not. I have a normal hairline. All right.
That's what I said. If you look at him with his hairline covered up, he looks a little bit like Mark.
No, I don't think so.
There's a small resemblance.
Video time, Steve.
Oh, this feels terrible.
All right.
See,
okay, there's a picture of Matt Dillahunty too. So Matt Dillahunty also used to be really big, but he went SJW. Aaron Raw. You guys ever watch Aaron Raw?
I've definitely heard that name before. Never heard of Matt Dillahunty.
And it was all around the time of Atheism Plus. These were big names.
They had a YouTube channel and a presence long before Atheism Plus, but Atheism Plus came in and kind of fucking ruined everything. Like Matt Dillahunty, I mean, he used to be on the Atheist Experience. Well, he still is, I believe. He's on the YouTube channel, The Atheist Experience, which was a radio call-in center in Texas, I believe, or Austin, or I don't know.
Yeah, Austin, Texas. The Atheist Experience.
So, like, people can call in and debate religion or bring in their parts and all that. But it's gotten to the point where he doesn't even bother with the question. He just sort of hangs up on people and say you're stupid and move on, which is like, that's not even an argument. He's gone downhill fast. And Aaron Raw, I like him and that he's a guy who is a dinosaur, a fossil paleontologist or whatever. He's had years of experience. He's very educated in what he does. But he's terrible at politics. And that's, but he too also went full feminist. And that's like, what the fuck? Used to be good.
Although Aaron Ross is still doing some good work, he lives in Texas, and he's very active in the education system on trying to get proper science education going. So he fights against like that religious push to get like the Bible and creationism taught in schools, which is really strong in Texas.
Yeah, I imagine if we don't pay attention, things can go pretty far, pretty fast.
Yeah.
Which is,
I mean, hats off to him for that. I mean, despite his views on fucking feminism and shit like that. But so I mean, I still give Aaron Raw a lot of credit for what he does because he works hard on that shit, on making sure the education system teaches science.
Mm.
We got $3 from Joseph Kerwin. He says, God sent Steve his wife to punish him for his blasphemy.
So you're saying he's getting what he deserves. Okay, well. Okay.
He has not changed that hat in years, and it really bothers me more than it should.
Probably.
It's not even like it's a good hat.
So there's a funny story behind that hat. So that hat is from a minor league baseball team that used to play out of his hometown. However, they moved, and the minor league team no longer exists. So I think a bunch of people think Steve bought like 10 or 15 of the hats before they went out, so he'd have a whole bunch of backups, because that's the only hat he ever fucking wears.
It's not even a good hat.
No, it's for a shitty minor league team that doesn't exist anymore.
I can't wait till he runs out. Then he's gonna have to either wear a new one or just be bald. Anyway, I'll be right back. I need a new coffee. Jimmy's in charge.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't until Atheism Plus that he started going crazy, and that's when, like, Atheism is Unstoppable made a few videos about him. Like, was one of the first ones to counter what he was saying. And you know what? Like, I was there through the whole thing, watching all these people back in the day before Atheism Plus, and I would say that atheism is Unstoppable is a big reason that movement happened, based solely on the fact that he made a couple. Like, the first one was he started making some videos.
And there we go.
Shit in this, and not taking any, like, being non-apologetic for it. And it was a response video to Jacqueline Glenn. And that, like, started a huge, everybody started making response videos about those two. And was the next big schism, was people being able to honestly talk about crime, and then people just jumping to the defense of black people and making excuses for all sorts of shit. You can obviously tell which side I fall on. Not that God, I'm not even going to get into it. But I think people are responsible for their own actions, and if you commit a crime, you better be ready to do the time. I was raised that way. So stop bitching about some crime statistics and try to fix it. I really should stop talking when I start getting drunk, because I ramble on and I dig myself into holes I probably shouldn't try to dig myself into.
I think your biggest problem is your internet connection, because you keep going silent and roboting and pausing in the middle of sentences. We're trying our hardest to let you just speak, but holy fuck.
My connection's good here.
It is not. It is not. Your connection is terrible. You keep roboting and you keep freezing. You keep pausing in the middle of sentences. This has been really bad. It's probably strong on your end. You're probably strong on your end, but it's not that good.
Well, maybe it's the Canadians that we're running through. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let's ask your brother. How's he doing?
It's hard to follow.
Exactly.
Am I roboting?
No, you're not roboting. You just go out for like 6 seconds in the middle of like your ramble, and then you come back and sometimes you're talking about the same thing you were talking about 6 seconds ago, but sometimes you're not.
Okay, I should stop rambling. Anyway, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about Shives. I used to watch him. I used to like him until Atheism Plus. Then he fucking threw objectivity out the window.
I just don't I don't see how any amount of money is going to help his channel.
Yeah.
He can buy subs, man. I'm telling you, that's the only way I can think of.
Well,
Spend that $2,000 on buying some fake subs.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, he's been doing it long enough that he's crowdfunded the money to get like a good mic to use and a good camera to use. So, like, you know, he doesn't need anything on that end to improve the quality of his production, you know, other than content, which he can't do, which he can't make.
Yeah, $2,000 isn't going to help him make quality content.
Well, and some of these channels that we've already looked at, they already have fairly decent production value. They already have like good enough cameras and mics and everything. What exactly is $2,000 going to get them?
Yeah, I mean, when you're at a certain point, I mean, they can always upgrade what they've got, but there's not a massive point, right? They're making fucking YouTube videos. You don't need top of the line shit.
Right.
I mean, $2,000, that'll like what, pay your rent for a couple months? Keep making videos?
Depends on where he lives. Probably, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I guess $2,000 could allow you more time to work on your videos, assuming you're gonna use that $2,000 to blow off work for.
1 second, guys.
See, Jimmy, that's what you do when there's background noise. You hit the mute button.
No, maybe I won't bother.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no issue with them giving the money to Steve. It's just kind of weird that he'd be, first off, relevant enough to even be thought of for something like that, and second, it's a little boggling what $2,000 could actually do for him.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you have to focus on your content more than anything else. I mean, like now I should figure this out. VidCon, that's the convention. That's not actually like the YouTube the channel, right? These are separate entities, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think VidCon's owned by YouTube.
Okay, because if it was YouTube,
No, yeah.
If it was YouTube, I mean, you can just raise them to the more preferred on people's like watch list when they open up the site. I mean that's easy enough. VidCon, I mean, it's a convention. Shouldn't you spend the money on the other things? I don't know. It depends. I've never been to VidCon before. I don't know what they need. Maybe a ball pit. Have you guys seen? Wow, I have never been to VidCon. Brockus would have been the only person to ask because I think he's been to VidCon.
No, I went last year. It was, it's a pretty. I mean, it was a little more fucked up because I didn't know it at the time, but TanaCon was going on.
What's
so
TanaCon?
the entrance to VidCon is right across the street from Disneyland, and right in between two fucking hotels, like a Hilton and a Marriott.
What's TanaCon?
TanaCon she had a problem with VidCon, like she wasn't a featured panelist or something like that, and so she impromptu threw together her own convention to take place during VidCon, and this was last year. And so she had TanaCon, and it really fucked it up because she had like the whole it was going on at the Hilton, which is the hotel literally at the entrance to VidCon. And so the hotel wasn't letting anybody in that wasn't a guest. There were people going to TanaCon that were waiting in lines in the hot sun there was no water or any shade provided because it was such a shitty impromptu thrown together convention. They sold a whole bunch of VIP tickets, and none of the VIP people were able to get in. Like, they were at their maximum, and the fire marshals had to like kick everybody out. It was a shit show. It was a shit show, and it was. But I didn't know any of that when I was there. All I knew is that I couldn't get into the fucking Hilton to buy a fucking beer. All I could do was go to the Marriott.
Well, what do you expect from Tana Mongoloid, dude?
Wrath? Is that you?
It is indeed.
Holy hell!
Yeah,
That's a lot
Hey,
more
Wrath.
fucking beard than I remember.
yeah,
I haven't
it's
seen you forever. You still got your semen back there on the wall.
it's actually the last time I'll ever be live from this location. I'm moving. I'm taking my clothes and stuff up tonight, and then next weekend I come back for my larger possessions. But I'm moving. Hopefully, gonna have a green screen the next few weeks, and then get back into recording and such.
It's good to see you, Wrath.
Yeah, good to see you guys. I haven't talked to really any of you guys as much as I'd like in a long, long time.
Well, I'm sure you've been busy and all that stuff. Hey, cool. So you're moving out?
Yeah. I'm still going to be in the state of Utah, but I'm going to be closer to Salt Lake City.
All right. You can finally be...
Yeah. Just did something else today. Just got that done.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Barely make it out, though, but yeah.
That's nice.
Here, let me move a little closer to the camera. It's a B-17, which is what my grandfather was the navigator for during World War II.
Oh, sweet.
Fucking nice. Those are bombers, no?
Yeah, they're also referred to as the Flying Fortresses, but yeah, they're bombers.
Oh, the Flying Fort. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, they were.
How you been, man?
I've been good, Mark. It's been way too long.
I know, dude. But hey,
I kind of went normie for a minute, man.
It goes with my background.
Nice.
Yeah. Sailors for life.
Oh, man. You guys are seamen.
With the powers of our backgrounds combined, we could hit 300 subscribers.
Oh, shit.
So how have you been, Wrath? What have you been doing?
Mostly working. Still in the software game. The move, more tattoos, and still not shaving. So,
yeah, you're. It's a lot scruffier than it used to be.
Yeah. I saw this thing online that I may end up actually getting. It's like a brush that actually straightens your beard, because with how curly it is, it's probably actually quite a bit longer if I were to straighten it.
Oh, shit. That'd be something.
I forgot how gay you were.
Wait.
Hey, you know what? I want to do the Viking braid. Straightening it makes it less work.
Well, that's true. That's true. We could do
No,
that
the Viking braid is dope, dude. That's some baller shit. You can pull that off.
It is. I actually saw one where a dude had like a braid going down his jawline, and then one, and I was like, okay, that's probably more work than I'm willing to do, but it looks cool.
Hey, Schmeckle, this might make you laugh. Maeve in the chat, Bitching Witch, says Onision tried to put up a GoFundMe for fixing the wetlands, but he fucked it all up.
How do you manage to fuck it up?
I don't know.
How do you fuck up a GoFundMe?
Maybe Maeve will let us know.
He didn't click save.
How did Onision manage to fuck up the wetlands? I don't know.
Man. Jesus. He vlogged all of it. So his backyard has like a swampy area.
God, he is the worst fucking person. He is such a fucking douche.
So there's like a 500-foot barrier between like the back of his house and the wetlands where like the wetlands officially starts, right? So he first cleaned up like that area, but then
there he goes.
Yeah,
because of him going down.
Repeat what you said. Repeat it.
Mark, we lost you.
Repeat what you said.
He has a lot of footage. He vlogged it all, so he has a lot of footage of him going like cutting down trees and pulling out the stumps, and there's some sort of swampish area out there. I mean, he cut down all the vegetation. I guess there's some endangered species that lives back there too that he and the whole time he's doing this, it doesn't take a day to do all of this. It takes quite a while. And the whole time he's getting letters from the city and shit telling him to stop. It's like official wetlands.
Oh man.
Like people are complaining and shit. So he doesn't stop, and he thankfully all the
Oh, there it goes. Thankfully, all the what?
They took
Thankfully, all the what?
Thankfully, all the incomplete sentences.
Thankfully, I don't know when I'm cutting out or not. Maybe
That's why we tell you.
I quit YouTube. I quit.
Hey! You do not have enough beard to quit YouTube. Okay, that's my joke.
But yeah, they had all of his. He vlogged everything, so it was all on his YouTube. So when he went to court, all the videos were there showing him fucking up the wetlands. And that was all she wrote. So he got a huge fine, and he's court ordered to restore the wetlands.
Oh, man.
That sounds like such a dumb thing to get in trouble for.
Like a really easy thing to not mess up. Like
yeah, exactly. Don't fuck up the wetlands. It's
like,
not.
hey, this isn't yours. Stop messing with it. Like
yeah, you can't accidentally fuck up the wetlands. The first letter, you know you're fucking up the wetlands.
Yeah, like I mean, Schmeckle and I have experience with decisions while drinking. I've never like woken up from a blackout covered in like sawdust and having a chainsaw next to me and just, did I cut down like an acre of wetlands last night? Like that's never happened.
But I have this letter telling me not to. I wouldn't do that.
Did I black out for a month and just like destroy acres of wetlands? Like did I do that?
Do a mad
it's been a fuzzy few weeks.
But like, what's even the fucking line of thinking there? Like, he gets this letter saying, "Hey, stop fucking up the wetlands," and he's just like, "No, but I have to keep streaming, cutting down trees, fucking like, pulling plants up, like."
Pretty much.
It's not even
watching my content. I can't stop now.
I don't understand how getting that particular content out was worth literally committing a crime.
Well, I mean, I bet what he did was he was flipping through History Channel, and like he saw Ice Road Truckers. He's like, okay, I don't know how to drive a normal vehicle, so that's out. So he watched the rest of the episode, and then they had like some lumberjack show. He's like, okay, I got this.
Yeah, according to Maeve, it's him pushing trees into lakes and shit like that. Like that's an easy thing to not do.
You know what? I can't tell you the number of mornings I've woken up and pushed 0 trees into a lake. 0. Like every morning I wake up and not push a tree into a lake.
Yeah, every day. Destroy the natural forest.
Like, and you know what? You know how hard it is to not record yourself committing a crime? It's really easy. I mean, you don't hit the record button.
At least
that's all you have to do.
At least after the first letter, you stop, fucking recording it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Maybe he spent too much time on Tumblr and he has like a police fetish and he's like turned on by the idea of getting arrested.
It could be. Nissian, from what I hear, has some.
He has done so much
weird
horrible
fetishes.
shit.
Oh, yeah. Why have we never done an Nissian episode of this show?
We can't
because everyone's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be an 8-hour show.
Nissian was the one with the pictures and the forum and all that, right? The
Kitty forum and then he also had the girlfriend of his and his wife's that he wanted her to tattoo "I'm a slut" on her forehead and all that jazz.
Yeah, didn't he chain someone up in his basement?
No. That was he didn't chain her up. If she wanted him to forgive her, that was his offer, was to have her chained up.
What?
Yeah, like,
because
and all of this over the fact that she smoked marijuana with her family.
Wait. If you want Onision to forgive you for smoking pot, you have to be chained up in his basement
and get a tattoo of your sins, according to Onision, tattooed on you.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that story.
So now here's the question. I mean, now I don't know where the rest of you guys stand on it because I haven't been up to date on who's mad at who. But what if that's why Jeff Holiday has the shitlord tattoo? Is he was making
Onision. You got that for begging Onision for forgiveness.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sure Jeff would probably fold Onision in half if they ever met in person. Yeah. And Jeff's not even that big. Jeff's the same size as me, except for he's probably in a little better shape.
Oh, right. I forgot. You're a little short man.
Hey, you know what? I was too tall for the Lollipop Guild.
You look shorter than that cardboard cutout behind you.
Well, it is, because there's like an inch at the bottom of that he was supposed to fold to make it stand.
There was. I broke it.
All right. Go back and grab the cardboard cutout and put how tall it's supposed to be next to you. I want to see it in comparison.
There's stuff in the way. I'm lazy.
Okay.
By the way, the cutout's not moving with me, so it will no longer be... Like, I'll have to get a new trademark. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a Schmeckle hat. Maybe I'll get a Schmeckle top hat and steal his trademark since he's not wearing it anymore.
Yeah, I haven't worn that in a while.
A divorce or something, dude?
His wife took it?
Did your wife? Yeah, she left me with the goddamn kids.
Yeah, I got the house and the show, but she got the top hat.
Oh, I wish she had taken the kids.
Like, world's most awkward divorce decree. One top hat.
I'd make sure they cut it in half. I don't love it that much.
Oh, you went full biblical with it. Cut the baby in half.
Right, Sophie's
exactly.
choice.
I tell you what, the crying gets cut down 100% if you do that.
No, but
it gets real loud for a second, depending on when you start. Then it no more.
Oh, the bitching witches brought up something very important. Can Raph tell the story where he ate a person?
No.
I don't see 10,000 subs.
See, we replaced Wrath with Brockus. All Brockus is eating is shit. That's a much less interesting story.
Somebody just, motherfucker, I'll eat you.
Okay, how on earth did you find an orc that hasn't eaten a person? Like, you found the only vegan orc.
I know the story of when Wrath ate a person.
Yeah, well, I mean, I blame Dolphin for you hearing that story because meat is a thing.
Did you guys see that story of the 3D printed vegan meat?
No.
I'll ask about that in a second. I do have to ask, though, Wrath, is, speaking of mead, is the blood stain still at the bottom of your stairs?
No, it's gone. It took me several weeks to get it completely out.
Really? How'd you do it? Is it like
so you can get like the handheld buffers. So it's a rotary buffer, and it took that and carpet shampoo multiple times a day for a few weeks.
Fun.
Well, because it's like an inch long shag carpet, so it's just not easy to get stains out of.
Hey, it's a good thing you had an inch thick carpet there.
Yeah, that would have hurt worse.
It was an interesting night. Wrath told the story of when he ate a person, then he hit on Vamp, and then he fell down the stairs.
Yeah, it was.
He fought him.
Here's the bad part, guys.
Like
I've had worse weekends than that.
Haven't we all, sir? Haven't we all?
Well, considering I had a job interview 2 days after I did that, and I had a black eye, and my knuckles were torn up, and I have a shaved head, and the guy interviewing me was black.
Well, stop hitting yourself in the face then, motherfucker.
Well, I hit the wall when I fell. That's how I smashed my phone. My phone was in my hand. I actually crushed the I think it's called the orbital or whatever. Not the orbital. There's a fluid sac around all of your joints. Well, I crushed multiple of those, so I could barely use my hand.
Shit.
See, did he just go robot-y for anybody else? I'm not
Just
the
for
only
you,
one.
Mark.
Just for you.
I guess my connection is shitty. I apologize, everyone. My connection sucks.
It's been you all night.
Okay. Well,
And
it's not a fucking cringe of yesteryear without technical problems on my fucking end, okay? It's either my microphone or my connection or something.
see, this is one of my favorite thumbnails we've ever used. Wasn't that also the night I met Ian Miles Chong? I feel like that was the same night.
Probably.
All right, we got $5 from Object of Hate. He says, Wrath back on the channel. Schmeckle actually showing up. Here's some encouragement cash. Also, do move the Saturday show to 10 p.m., please.
Yeah, Schmeckle, move that fucking shit. People have been talking about that for years.
What?
Well, people have been talking about this show for years.
This show originally used to run.
To change your schedule, bro. Do it. Do it. Dance. Dance,
Yeah,
monkey.
I
The
first
show
joined the show in
used to run at
2016, so yeah, it has been on for years at this point.
Bitching Witch says the orbital bone is the bone around your eye, and all.
So not the orbital, it's some kind of something. Okay, the only reason I took anatomy class is I was expecting a lot more nudity in the textbooks. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, who reads those things for the articles? Fucking nobody. Took anatomy so I could stare at Vagine all day.
There we go.
Oh man, that was the night.
You have outdone yourself.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
I have a picture that Opal drew.
Oh, which Opal picture?
This is way better than that.
Well, yeah, it's a Semaj drawing. Like, I mean, Opal tries, and I mean, at least her drawings are better than her cooking. But
Oh,
God, everything.
God,
The only thing worse than her cooking is her voice.
Schmeckle keeps bitching about this picture because he keeps saying I gave you like a really big junk. I'm like,
and you didn't give him junk.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a nice bulge. I got nothing.
See, I have a respectable bulge. He has a Ken doll.
Look,
He's a teddy bear in this picture.
I gave Schmeckle exactly what he wanted. I gave him the one with the censored bar. So he's good and well endowed in that picture.
Yes, I
never
specifically requested a massive censor bar.
You did. I just never bothered, putting it on my account.
You should have the censor bar going all the way to your ear, so it looks like he's.
No, I don't think
picture.
so. That's not safe territory.
Okay, yes, because this is such a safe for work picture as is.
Well, fair enough. This is the picture responsible for getting Schmeckle's Twitter suspended. So
Yeah, it is.
I think maybe I should click out. This might get us in trouble. Just me showing it. I have a. You know what? I have another one in mind that I'm sure this will be totally safe. Totally safe. Absolutely 100% safe.
I think I might know what you're thinking of. Oh yeah, totally safe.
We're good to go.
Hey, I know that's Anon. What's up, Anon?
Yeah, of course it's a non. It's the super
You
chat
can
on
almost-
your ass.
Like, that's so real, you can almost smack that ass.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Mark's already screenshotted it for later use.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's
no,
a big
Anon
thing.
sends me nudes all the time.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, we
The
got
nonsense we use all day. We need the picture.
we got $3 from Joseph Kerwin. Is the Snatchcast the only show to survive the Bloodsports Wars of 2018? Yeah, because we backed out at the start of 2018.
Right? We're like the French.
We avoided the war by not joining it.
Yeah, I say the Snatchcast more avoided the war in the Switzerland method. Just kind of let them go at each other. Just stayed out of the way. Have fun.
I wouldn't say we were really neutral. I mean, I clearly preferred Tonka to Andy Worski, but it wasn't my fight. I couldn't be. I couldn't care that much about it if it wasn't going to make me money.
Yeah, it was not my. It wasn't my fight either, man. Like I wasn't really invested enough. Like, I don't know. I had a rapport with Tonka in those days, and Andy was just some guy that we'd had on a few times, kind of thing. I didn't really have any reason to be on Andy's side, but I wasn't part of the whole conflict between the two, man.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't like Andy Worski. Not too fond of Tonka now either. But I had a clear preference when they were fighting, but not enough to involve myself.
Right.
I always had Tonka's back because he used to co-host with Robert on Robert's show. But
I always forget about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It wasn't for very long, but yeah, he definitely did. And I haven't spoken to Tonka in a long time, but I'm very disappointed in his recent behavior.
Yeah. And Adrian Blum says, and now Andy Worski is going to jail. You guys seen this about Andy Worski and?
Is this about the kitty pictures or?
Yeah, about those.
Worski's going to jail, huh?
I thought they were all just some bullshit.
I don't think.
Wait, no, hang on. Somebody talk to me. What's going on? I don't know about this.
All right, so from what I understand, Metro put out an article on Andy. Apparently, he did a stream recently, trying to catch some pedophile ring or something. During the course of this stream, he showed pictures and possibly shared pictures with Ethan Ralph of underage people in what do you call it? Suggestive poses. So Metro made it sound like maybe Andy had child porn. Andy says that he that these were not illegal pictures. There was child porn involved, but that was all compiled by a journalist. Say that again.
Is that picture supposed to be a Gluck?
No, that's supposed to be PewDiePie.
Oh.
I just put it there.
It does kind of look like a Gluck.
Well, a Gluck does
Kind
have a
of.
beard, so I mean, yeah.
But I mean, with the blonde hair and the darker beard, I kind of figured it was probably PewDiePie.
You know what's the giveaway is the headset, is the headphones.
Yeah, the like, what would that be, like, violet headset?
Pink.
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 I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
So okay, they're alleging that pictures were shared on Andy's stream, and then.
Well, from what I understand, I haven't seen this stream. I've just read the article.
Yeah, I haven't seen the stream, nor am I going to, just because, like, if they're already investigating the person who hosted the stream, watching it could also get you investigated.
Oh, from what I understand, on this stream, on the viewer's end, there was definitely nothing illegal, but there was some disturbing stuff, right? Scantily clad people under I think it said under 15. So
wow.
Young.
Wow.
But there was a part during the stream. Yes, Wild Fox Up here said I'd heard the stream has already been taken down, deleted. It has been. There was a part during the stream where Andy, speaking to Ralph, was asking him, "Hey, I'm gonna send you this picture, or I'm gonna share my screen with you. tell me if we can show this picture. And Metro made it sound like during that period, while the audience couldn't see what they were sharing, they might have been looking at something illegal. I'll see if I can find the article. I had it open earlier. But yeah, it's
I'm gonna say Vamp's ass is not that nice, but Anon's tits are.
Are we going to start that debate again?
Oh,
Vamp's ass is not that nice, but Anon's tits are.
Whoa. Mark in the chat, is downloading pedo porn immoral if your goal is to get the person who made it prosecuted? Yes. You're still...
No.
Why do you have to ask that?
Context to the story you just said, where he's in a live stream and he's trying. What's he trying to do? He's trying to expose some pedo porn and shit.
Is trying to expose some pedo by using, I'm guessing, bait pics?
No, from the sounds of it, they had found people on, I think it was Instagram, who were buying and selling pictures of children. And say that again.
And what did he do that was wrong? Andy? He downloaded some of this content on a live stream or something?
From what he said, he did not.
I'm just trying to clarify because I don't know what happened. Like, I got the overall gist, but trying to get some clarification.
From what he said, he didn't download anything illegal. The pictures that he was sharing with Ethan were, the word he used was creepy, but not illegal. What other people are alleging is that during this period on the stream, when he wasn't showing it to the chat, but was just presenting so Ralph could see, he might be guilty of sharing child pornography, distributing child pornography. I don't tend to think even Andy would be dumb enough to do that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something Andy would be dumb enough to do.
Well, just the phrasing of the part that they think is suspicious. I've got the article open here. Let's see.
Look, I want to make clear that I'm not defending downloading child porn for any fucking reason.
Here, it's him asking if he can show it. He says, Ralph, I'm going to open up my screen share for you. Do you think this should be allowed on the show? I think were it something illegal, like if it were child porn, wouldn't have to ask that. Like, exactly. I think he's smart that there would be no question of whether or not he could show it.
Right.
I have a feeling it probably was scantily clad children, not child porn.
Hey, Semaj, send me the tinfoil hat one. I love that. Send that to me on Twitter.
Stripping in a strip club? Didn't I just read a bunch of news articles about that shit, saying how it's a step forward for the trans movement and shit?
The child drag queens. But yeah, I tend to think Andy.
When is it appropriate and when is it fucking not appropriate?
It's never appropriate.
Of course it's never appropriate.
It's that simple.
Question.
But no, it's with Andy, I have a feeling what he's saying is probably the truth. He probably doesn't have any child porn, anything like that. He probably
being into child porn.
Say that again?
I don't see Andy being into child porn. I do see him being dumb enough to break the law if he's trying to do a stream.
I could see him being dumb enough to break the law. I don't know about dumb enough to break that particular law.
Yeah,
What?
I could see him.
Like it.
I could see him basically, whatever the exact terminology would be for overreach kind of thing. Like, you're a civilian, you're not supposed to be doing this kind of investigation without either a journalism license or like law enforcement credentials kind of thing. I could see him getting busted for something like that.
Yeah, I could see him maybe doing something like that. As far as breaking the law by downloading child porn, I think Andy's a dumb motherfucker. I don't think he's that dumb.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, goodness, that's like ogre level stupid.
No, I don't think the ogre would be that dumb. Like, you have to be really fucking stupid to think, hey, this is gonna be okay, right?
You know, I think drunk enough ogre would try it.
Maybe that guy was fucking dumb. I mean, I like the guy well enough. Like, I got no beef with the guy anymore, but dude can't handle his booze.
Yeah, like him and booze are like me and stairs. That they're a dangerous team for themselves.
Yeah, he hit the bottle like you hit the fucking ground, bro.
Well, you could say I hit the floor, and being that I'm short, I did indeed get low.
Hey, Semaj, whose hand is that? Whose broken hand is that?
I can't remember whose broken hand was that.
Whose broken hand is that?
That was during Bloodsport stuff. So Andy would be my guess.
No, I think this was earlier on than that.
Was this before the Bloodsports?
No, it was definitely during the Bloodsports, but I think it was before Andy was really involved in it.
Otherwise,
I can't fucking remember.
I'm guessing that would have been somebody that was involved in the Bloodsports, though. Who I don't know who it would have been necessarily, but I'm guessing it was someone from that crowd.
Yeah. By the way, this is like the perfect image for the Snatchcast stance on Bloodsports.
I'm just like, what? And you're just
give me more popcorn.
Yeah, it might have been baked.
Yeah, I was gonna say baked Alaska.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, it definitely might have been. I'm not sure. That could be a lot of people during that time period.
Yeah, I was gonna say that could be multiple possible different people in the same week in those days, man. It was bad. It was bad. It was like everyone that was involved, it was pretty much everyone versus everyone. You saw people that had been streaming and doing content with each other for extended periods, turning on each other.
Joseph
Groen ass, and then Schmeckle's over here like that gif, just excited eating popcorn.
Well, we got $3 from Joseph Groen. He says, "Bring in Destiny as an expert witness to determine if it was ethical." CP.
Oh,
actually,
oh my gosh!
This thumbnail could be from Destiny too.
It could be. It actually could be. You know who else might have an expert opinion? Angry MGTOW. You remember him?
Angry MGTOW.
I do remember him.
It was.
He's still making videos, isn't he?
He's under a different name, but I don't know what he's under anymore.
Yeah, Angry MGTOW. He was the one with threatening CPS on Jeff Holiday, right?
Yeah, because allegedly Jeff Holiday smokes marijuana that you've never ever seen evidence of him doing, but allegedly he does. Well, allegedly by Angry MGTOW was literally the only person who made that accusation.
Yeah, he had nothing to back it up. I forget what Jeff had done. He had made a fool of him. I think it was on Some Dumb Americans stream.
Yeah. Well, MGTOW was on Lords of the Night when SDA was still on, and Scribe wasn't there yet. because originally Lords of the Night was Scribe Monkey and not Scribe Monkey and Satsu, SDA Monkey and Satsu, and he was their guest because he had an extreme position, and like he was claiming that no one ever heard them out. Oh, the rod. But yeah, Jeff ended up coming on and just literally pointing out the ridiculous things that were coming out of Angry MGTOW's mouth, and he made like 6 or 7 videos about Jeff within the next week, and talking about how he's gonna call CPS on Jeff and all this different garbage. And then Jeff just laid the smackdown on him, and I think we ended up having both of them on our stream at one point.
Yeah, it was on the Cunt stream that we had the two of them had it out.
Yeah, and like Jeff lit him up like freaking Christmas. It was beautiful. I don't think
actually,
I've seen Jeff that mad before. But it was gold.
If you look at the Easter thumbnail there, that's the thumbnail from that stream.
Oh, that
was back when Jimmy used to do them before the stream.
That was
yeah, you're adopted.
Boy, I learned my lesson. Don't make your thumbnails in advance, otherwise you're gonna miss out on the golden opportunity.
Yeah. You. I mean, what it really should have been is it should have been like MGTOW busted up in the ring and Jeff just walking away waving, like just didn't even break a sweat.
Yeah. I would try to do something with that. Maybe just have maybe Jeff having choking him or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure
literally punching himself, because I mean, he did more to make himself look stupid than anyone could. Like, he did more damage to himself when he was live.
Right, that's something you see with a lot of these MGTOW type of guys.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Incel's the new flavor of MGTOW.
Now, see, MGTOW and Incel are basically the same thing. The Incels just admit that it's involuntary. That's all like the only difference I can really see.
Yeah, it seems like, well, Incel are just the segment of MGTOWs that have a victim complex, is my perspective.
Yeah, basically. It's the difference between the ones who will sit there and bitch about the fact that women won't sleep with them and the ones who will say, I didn't want her to sleep with me anyway.
Yeah, basically. So you have denial and victim complex. Pick your flavor.
Exactly.
Ladies.
2 different types of sad. Now, we got $1.49 from Object of Hate saying, try messaging Adindra Whitehall to see if he'll come on if we're going to do reminiscences. At @nose_puppy. Did we used to have Adindra on a lot?
No. Yeah, like 4 or 5 of the thumbnails had him in there.
Shit.
Semaj has been scrolling through.
I love that guy, but I didn't know we used to have him. I used to drink a lot.
We both did.
Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Who was it? Adindra?
Oh man, dude.
He's the dog. The white and black dog.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah, the contrarian dude. Like, he always just tried to make it an argument.
I love his videos, man.
When you said dog, I was like, wait, are you talking about Yobi? Wait, what the fuck?
Shut your poor mouth, Semaj.
Okay, if the Snatchcast ever had a trending hashtag, it'd be a hashtag boot Yobi.
Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave Wrath in charge.
This is a terrible plan.
Hey,
it never was a good plan, but it's even worse now.
Wrath, you should be like, fuck you, it was my call.
Dude, there are so many of these thumbnails that are like, why did we ever have some of those people on?
Oh, yeah, things just sort of happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, especially some of the older ones, like where remember when we used to have Liz Reptile on?
I think I only put her in one thumbnail. I think that's here it is.
Yeah, there's that one with Wiz back when Wiz had the old avatar.
Mm-hmm.
And Magog was still pretty. Oh my gosh, Whitey's there too. And there's Cog. And there's Prince
of Queens.
This is the one we got Prince in trouble for. Remember, because of the tape.
That's Hagbard. I love that fucker.
Oh, Hagbard.
Oh, and that was also when we had running guns on.
Oh yeah, Run. But I just remember the tape got Prince's stream shut down, and he couldn't stream for like a month.
Who's the devil?
The devil. That's Wizard of Coz's original avatar.
Ah.
Yeah, I did a couple there, and this was the first drawing I drew of failure.
Failure.
Yeah.
And that old school cog thought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and McGoogle and freaking Whitey next to me.
Yeah, got a non over there, like boobs. I got those.
She's like, hey, how come they're looking? Mine are bigger. Which is true. Hers are bigger, significantly.
I remember I was pissed off trying to draw Liz's avatar because I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck this is.
Now, here's the funny thing: is that's probably as close to a claim to fame as the chick whose boobs those are has.
Oh, probably.
Well, she at the time was Wiz's roommate. Now she's not even that. She has like no internet presence anymore because she's an idiot and a scumbag.
No, see, there you go. Oh yeah, that's right. Because she was doing some shit with Wiz and him and his kid.
Yep.
I do remember that.
Yep. I mean, I'm still in contact with Wiz. You know, he's still doing it. He's still doing his stuff. He still does Saints and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think he's actually a lot better ever since he got rid of that chick.
Oh, could be. You know, like they had their controversy, and then I just kind of fell off and didn't bother listening to them.
Well, I mean, I talked to Wiz personally. I'm not going to go into what she did, but she just did a lot of messed up, manipulative things and took advantage of,
He was
him trying to help her out. That too. But like, I think there was also some financial stuff. Like he tried to help her out, and she screwed him over left, right, and center.
Oh, so she was a hoe and she was fucking gold digger. Like,
which is interesting because if you're digging for gold, YouTubers are not where you find it.
Yeah, YouTubers don't make good sugar daddies.
Yeah, it's kind of like, do we look like motherfucking Felixes?
Hey, Wrath, Object of Hate wants you to post your channel in the chat.
Why?
So people can follow you.
I'm not going to be making any videos for a couple more weeks still, but sure, let me snag it real quick.
See, if you were still part of here, I'd have all your info on a little Word document ready to go. Copy paste.
Yeah, when you left, Jimmy deleted all that in tears.
In tears. Yeah.
Joseph Kerwin says, anyone remember AP railing on Wizard of Coz for 2 hours? That was glorious. I tried so hard not to laugh. So hard.
Why do you try not to laugh? I always wonder that. Why do people try not to laugh?
I don't know.
I was on the fence about the Wizard of Coz shit. You know, Wiz hadn't done anything wrong. I like Wiz. I was trying not to laugh at the mean things AP was saying, but they were very, very funny, mean things.
That's okay. AP got his in the end, I'm sure.
I don't even remember how to link my channel, dude. I'm an idiot. Like how to get the public view link of it.
Go to your channel and Jesus Christ. It's copy and paste. This is what you get with a good Mormon upbringing.
Here's the view a subscriber link.
Yeah, if you send that to somebody who's not a subscriber. I grabbed the one that I have embedded on Twitter. There you go. You figured it out. I don't remember the context of this.
This picture?
Yeah.
Actually, it was I can't remember who it was. We were doing an art competition, and I think we had like themes or whatever. I think one was squished. I just sort of did this because I thought, why not? I thought it would make I thought it would make a cool picture. This one was also some sort
of and some tentacle porn.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, Opal.
Yeah, the little Brock's there in the corner. Remember, what the hell was this guy's name again? The bull.
Is that no bullshit?
Thank you. That's it. No bullshit.
Oh my god, I fucking can't stand that guy.
Yeah, he's one of my probably least favorite guys on here.
There's nothing to worry about with him. He just reviews South Park episodes.
I should say, actually, other than those, I actually enjoy those.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind his videos. I don't think he's that entertaining on streams.
I just don't like him as a guy. I find
I just can't like. Yeah, I don't like him as a guy, and therefore I can't like his videos.
That's a good point. I'm not terribly fond of him as a person.
Who are we talking about now?
No bullshit. Fucking Brooks.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy.
yeah, like everything out of the guy is a fucking straw man or a bad faith argument. He's just a dumb dude, and I don't like when dumb and arrogant mix.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if Satirician couldn't write a joke, you'd have him.
Yeah, minus the accent to make him tolerable.
Yeah, well, I mean, that and he's just like Satirician is a lot more witty.
I haven't spoken to him in a long time.
I've talked to him forever, but he uploaded a video like last week that I saw, and I mean, it was still a lot like what he usually does. It was entertaining. You know,
on one of our last shows of the Lunatics. Love that guy.
Joseph Kerwin says, "What happened to Opal? Brock has chased her away."
oh, failure.
That's funny.
Okay, if nothing else, failure was always good at getting under people like no bullshit skin.
Yeah, this is from the one where failure was a doxer because he posted a picture of no bullshit at VidCon.
Oh
yeah, fucking passed out.
Yeah, that was fun. Bullshit. Those were good times.
Yeah, that was I guess the start of where other people started to really catch on to no bullshit being full of
bullshit. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that whole thing. I just remember him being like really childish about it, but I'd forgotten that was the thing, is that failure.
Not to mention that he like snuck in and was like using a fake pass.
Yes,
and
he had stolen a pass.
13 years old, you just sneaking into a movie theater, you're not an adult.
Oh yeah, I remember sneaking into theaters when I was like 12 to go watch R-rated movies, man. Wow. I think we all did that when we were like preteens. But it's like trying to sneak into an actual convention.
Man, I grew up in the fucking internet age. If I wanted to see R-rated movies, I downloaded them.
Oh man. Oh, the freaking Santa Claus picture, the Mafia picture.
Oh man,
dude, we got 7 shades of shit for the Mafia picture once the blood sports got bad, because like it was like, oh, so you guys are like Tonka lackeys? It's like, no, no.
And I only see one motherfucker in this picture wearing a crown.
Yeah.
Hey, if they made hand-shaped crowns, I'd have one.
Yeah, they're called rings, but I'm too lazy to draw them.
Yeah, you dick.
Ah!
I have different ones
too. Get on it, Jimmy.
Oh, that's true. You got more, huh?
Hey, since Sinatra's in black and white, does that count as blackface?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
No, he's appropriating their era. Is what
taking it back to our original topic, that is actually one of my favorite Sinatra videos, is on the Brain Trust and how they go after like the anti-SJWs, but calling them racists and Nazis when there are plenty of actual racists and Nazis on the platform to actually go after and hate, but they don't touch any of those people, any of the actual fucking racist. You know what I mean? They just touch people about complaining about their dumb ideas.
Right. Like they basically they accuse you of being it if you don't agree with them, but if you actually do it, they just kind of like they don't even know how to react. They just ignore them.
Yeah, totally ignore it. Head in the sand, motherfuckers.
I mean, to me, the culture war is basically a no-win situation. It's basically the Vietnam War at this point. Nobody wins. The longer it goes, everyone loses.
We're going to end up with a culture that is kind of merged between the two. These two extremes. Like,
I think what's going to happen is you'll always have the extremists yelling at each other. Eventually, everyone else is just going to stop caring, and it's going to be, effectively like Westboro Baptist Church versus Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah.
And everyone else is just going to sit and laugh, and you'll have comedians make the occasional joke at their expense. So Anita Sarkeesian tried to start a fundraiser again today.
Ooh.
Never finished the first project, but hey, she's on her 16th fundraiser. Maybe she'll get money again.
Yeah, I could see it going that way. Everybody's just kind of losing interest.
I mean, it already kind of is, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the type of thing that you care about until you realize it's dumb. Then you go back to whatever you were doing before, right?
Right.
No, I think it's just that shit's gotten so crazy that it only takes something really actually crazy to draw our attention to it now. Now everything just seems so fucking saturated and like, yep, seen it before, I've seen that crazy before. We need new crazy.
Yep.
I can't remember the context of this one either. I know that's Atlas side that we're chasing.
He doxed Vamp.
Right. I forgot Vamp gets doxed all the time.
Oh,
it's hard to keep track of who's doxed Vamp.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you get close to the freaking blood sports, and it's gonna happen.
You piss people off, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that I blame her for getting doxxed, but like that was her fault. But when your boyfriend's one of the most like aggressive people in the blood sports, yeah, you kind of have to know it's coming.
Oh, that's the thing. When you have a I guess a genre like that, you got to realize people are coming for the aggression, right? Because that's the entirety of what the fucking thing is.
Right, and to keep people watching, you have to escalate.
Well, not only that, a lot of the people in the crowd, it's the same reason you get fights at sporting events, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get rabid. The online equivalent of a fight at a sporting event is, trying to dox somebody you get pissed off at, going on a flagging spree, shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of flagging sprees, is anyone here from Monday and Matt anymore?
From what I understand, he's still doing his thing. I don't think he's got much of a following left. He got caught in too many things in too short a span of time.
Well, yeah, I mean,
didn't he try to move his shit to Instagram or some shit?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Don't know. I could see him doing that.
I don't know why a guy that's so frumpy would think Instagram's where you should do your biz.
Like, yeah, Instagram's like mainly like models and shit, right? I don't think Mundane Matt's gonna get much of a following there.
So he's basically like, I don't know. It's not a retweet because it's Instagram, but he's basically just like sharing models that he follows.
I could see him doing that.
Oh man.
From what I hear, his sex life probably ain't great.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Joseph Kerwin says, Mundane Matt keeps showing up in stream chats. Probably fakes. Yeah, I got to assume there are probably a lot of fake Mundane Matt accounts out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, after the Medicare stream, which, full disclosure, I'm not really a fan of Medicare. Like, I don't mind some of the stuff he does, like where he exposes people being awful like that. I don't mind that. It's the way that he pretends to, like, he befriends people to use that to elevate his following.
Oh yeah, he's a shitty guy without a doubt. I like his content.
I like his content. I do not like him.
I've been watching him since way back in the day too. But
I've been watching him since like when he did the piece on Wings of Redemption, man. Before I even created content.
Guys, I gotta bow out here. First of all, my connection is shit, and I don't know why. But I also got some shit I gotta do. So it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. And once I get the shit done, Schmeckle, you streaming again later?
Yeah, probably.
Send me a link, buddy.
Will do.
All right. Good night, everybody. Robert, it was good. Like, I miss my brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off too because I feel like shit.
All right, you have a good one, Rob.
Yeah, love you guys. Ref,
fuck you,
awesome
Mark.
To see you again, man.
Great seeing you guys too. Always good to see the Come Over brothers.
You're taking your semen with you, right? You're not leaving your semen behind when you move.
He says he's leaving it there.
You're leaving the semen?
Yeah, it won't be coming with me.
Mail, why don't you give me some of that semen?
You can't afford my rates.
Yeah, it is part of the wall now, I guess. You know, it is part
of it. It is one with the wall.
Yeah.
It would go so perfect with my I can put the semen right here in the back next to my wheel, boat wheel. What do you call it?
The helm.
Isn't that like the place where the boat wheel goes?
You know what? The wheel is also frequently referred to as the helm because the helm basically is just whatever controls the steerage of the ship.
I'm having just about enough of this nautical nonsense.
Right? Nautical shit sucks. Why don't they pick regular words for their shit?
Because what you refer to as regular words did not exist as terms in those days.
The nautical fucking term. It's like
turns out boats are a lot older than cars. Like a lot.
Yeah, but they're probably not older than the terms front and back.
Well, the reason they don't say front and back is because if you're facing the wrong way, then it's wrong.
The front is the way that's going forward.
The front is called forward. How is that complicated? How is that difficult for you?
Direction, front. You have a right and a left.
No, it's the problem is the port and starboard, the right and left.
Yeah,
the right and left. If you're facing back, if you're facing aft, so the rear of the ship, then your left is not the same as the guy facing the other way's left. That's why.
Why can't the aft just be the back?
Aft is the back.
Yeah, why don't they just call it that?
They do.
No, they call it the aft.
They call it aft. There's also terms for specific parts of a ship that are in the back. You know, just like your car has, you know, they don't just call everything the motor. You have a transmission, you have pistons.
And have little parts called afts. Now, not buying it. Never heard of
that.
There
aren't parts called aft. There's the forecastle, there's the fantail.
Specific parts of the ship called the aft.
No, aft is a direction on the ship.
Exactly. Yeah. Why can't it just be the back?
Yeah.
So why? Yeah, what they're saying is, if it's why isn't it a direction in normal nomenclature? Why does it? Why does the ships get their own specific ship for everything when it doesn't need it?
Because if you're inside a ship, you can't necessarily see whether you're facing the front or the back.
You shouldn't. Sailors are just stupid.
Or you can't see it if it's
I could drop your ass
Yeah,
off
what-
the
what
ship,
is
and
calling
you might
it-
not be able to find your
What
way
is
out
calling it
in
aft?
hours. It would be hilarious to drop a civilian inside a
Yeah,
carrier.
but what is calling it aft change anything about that scenario? You still don't know which direction is fucking aft.
Yeah, if
You
I am
know,
inside
It
the
doesn't matter if you call it aft or the back of the ship. You know, it's still. It's like calling it an app doesn't change that fact.
if you
I'm
drop-
sorry. I'm sorry. The logic of nautical terminology requires an IQ of about 101, so I don't think it's really worth the time to explain it to you guys.
if you drop me in the middle of the ship,
Hey, collectively we have at least 101 IQ. All right, we can handle that.
Robert and I make
Yes,
at
but,
least
but the chances of getting all four of you to listen at the same time isn't good, so the collective argument doesn't work.
right?
Your
if
arguments are shit. Your arguments are shit, Wrath.
ship, you tell me to go to the front, right? Now,
So yeah, I tell you to go forward towards the bow. That's the front of the ship.
okay, you tell me to go to the bow.
No, you say bow, and
You tell me to go to the front. How does it make it easier to find it?
Because if I'm facing you and you're not facing the right way, you can look at the labels on the walls that say starboard or port, which is left and right relative to the actual ship.
Yeah,
And you know which way you're facing.
If we
What
have these labels, why do they use the extra nomenclature? Why are
Because
there
the nomenclature existed a long, long time ago. We're talking like a lot of this nomenclature dates back to like the early 11th century.
yeah, but not before like front and back existed. Or left and right existed. Like that shit didn't come along before
The
that shit.
contextual use of front and back was relative to like a line or like
A
the
direction.
person you're talking to, like this is the front of me, this is the back of me, kind of thing.
So you're telling
The
me they didn't
contextual
have,
use
like,
of
a
language has
concept of,
evolved
like,
over the years. Okay,
Correlate that to other objects or a
Admit that
traveling.
it's stupid, Wrath. Admit
I don't
that
know.
it's stupid.
Put some freaking plutonium in your DeLorean and go ask them.
Why doesn't my house have an
All right, I gotta go, guys. You have a good night.
Oh wait, before you go, I thought
Yeah.
a thought just occurred to me. If you guys are twin brothers, but one of you wants to keep your identity and the other one has the camera on, the one with the camera on just docks.
No, I don't
you?
have my camera on because I'm sick.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. The thought just occurred to me.
Anyway, so.
You say twin doxing.
Like
My brother showed.
Robert doesn't look anything like this.
My brother showed.
Wait, does that mean that, like-
doxed.
That like Mary Kate could dox Ashley by accident? The Olsen twins.
Oh yeah, she could.
Oh, fuck.
That means
All right.
Schmeckle could
All right.
dock.
Good night,
Andy Savage.
everybody.
Take care, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Just
Later,
go,
guys.
Robert. Don't die.
crap?
Respect you.
I won't.
Does that mean Schmeckle could dox Randy Savage?
Randy Savage is a hell of a lot bigger than I am. Was. I think he's dead now.
Well, you look just as big because the camera adds like 50, 60 pounds, right?
It adds 40 pounds in America. In Canada, I think it adds 2
What's
kegs.
the metric system equivalent to that shit? That's another thing with ships. Why does distance be in fucking knots, bro? That's like, who the fuck gives a shit about a knot?
Yeah,
We
why
are-
can't they measure it like everybody else?
Why is it a knot on the water? Why can't we still measure it in miles or kilometers? We got to go 13 knots.
Well,
Dude.
kilometers and miles are relative to roads.
The same reason that the
Hey,
United States uses the
there's
imperial
that-
system, tradition.
Nomenclature for planes like that bullshit. A plane doesn't travel some weird plane measurement.
No,
But
what part of the
okay.
plane? What part of the plane is the pilot in?
The front,
He's in the
motherfucker.
front.
Couldn't call it a cockpit. It's the front.
It's
The
just
cockpit
more-
is in the front.
If fucking ships had more words like cockpit, I'd use. If cockpit was left, I'd use that on a ship. But it's not. It's fucking starboard or some stupid shit.
Wait a minute, did you guys have Armored Skeptic on or something? Is that who that's in the background?
No. That's not what happened.
It's Zell, isn't it?
No, that's Armored Skeptic. I made a comment on a stream, and I immediately said I was sorry, but I feared because as far as I could tell, it went viral. Where I said, "Fuck Armored Skeptic, I'll fuck shoe on head right in front of you, you cuck."
I would do shoe on heads.
I can't really blame you for that. I'd hit that if I could.
So yeah, I'd
probably have to gag her because her voice annoys me after about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Most of her jokes, her voice goes like opal pitch, and it's annoying. It like my eardrums have PTSD from all the streams with opal.
I believe she confirmed that she has ADD, so she sort of just rocket fires words out of her mouth.
I have ADD too. That's not a valid excuse.
Oh. Seem like
it's like I have a common condition that plenty of people live with without medication, therefore excuse to bad behavior.
You shit.
All right. Have a good one, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, is that supposed to be Mocha in that one picture?
I
don't think so. That one. Glasses, blonde hair.
No,
that's Soliloquy.
Oh, okay. And and Monday Matt? You had Monday Matt on the show?
We've had
Monday Matt. Him on a couple of times, actually.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Is that supposed to be Creationist Cat?
No,
that's not Creationist Cat, but that is Demotivator.
I think this is the one where we did a charity thing for Tim's cat.
I believe we did, because that was when we were we had a phase of trying to be nice.
Yeah, we used to do a charity thing every now and then.
Tim, I don't get a problem with Tim.
Tim's an all right guy. It's just there's many of things I don't agree with him.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you can disagree with him, but he's still an okay.
He is. And the thing is, it's not it's weird how many people are not okay people that he's friends with though, and he'll defend.
That does, but that's guilty by association. I don't really go by that.
I mean, it's I'm not saying that's something against him. It's just weird that these people who do these things like that he will be like, oh well, I think they're great. I was like, why?
I've seen him call out his own crew before.
But he has. I've seen him call out Christy and a few times. Someone told me he's called out Kevin before, but I haven't seen it. But I believe it. I believe he's done that.
And look, also the dude doesn't have to respond to every single thing that every person he knows.
Oh no, I don't expect him to. I mean, that would be like saying I have to answer for Kadunt as an example because I've streamed with her. That would be silly.
I mean, I'm friends with people who have done some really bad things to other people. I'm sure you are too.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. You look at the people I'm following or people that I follow.
Something horrible to somebody.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm friends with several people that have done bad things.
Right.
And I've done bad and stupid things online too.
Yeah, like that time Wrath posted the Liz reptile porn.
Okay, you know what?
Because of that shit. I clicked on it and my screen was just like crack.
I do owe several people apologies and the phone number to a good glass repair technician because of sharing that.
It was a terrible thing to do, Wrath.
I mean, I might actually start fundraising for Liz Reptile PTSD, help get these people some treatment for the emotional damage of seeing that.
You turn your head sideways, you can make eye contact. It's terrible. It was such a bad video.
Human God. All right, guys, I gotta go.
All right, take care, man.
I'll see you next week, everybody. Ooga fucking Ooga and Semaj. I've been doing this show for almost a year, and I haven't seen anything of mine in a thumbnail. I'm a little disappointed.
Oh shit!
He has a point, Jimmy.
He does, doesn't he?
I mean, he does, but his avatar is based on like an 18-month-old meme.
We have twins, and you have never put the two of them together.
Dude,
Yeah.
okay, here's the thing, Mark. Your avatar is based on a meme that's almost old enough for Destiny's taste.
Hey, I like the fucking. You know who gave me that meme? That avatar was fucking Suit Yourself. So.
Oh wait, is Suit still a thing? I've totally forgot about him.
Yeah, Suit's still around. I don't know if he still makes videos, but he's still floating around. He's really into the anti-Tonka.
Hasn't in like a couple weeks.
I noticed.
He hasn't in like 2 weeks.
I mean,
Maybe.
look, after the whole Tonka thing, I mean, it's done. I mean, we've all sort of moved on, but he's still going on about Tonka.
But
I know a lot of people were
everything like other people do. He's got a real life.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he's a 40-something-year-old man with a job and a mother to take care of, and the Suit's probably not as caught up on a lot of the shit as some people. But it's I get what Jimmy's saying. It's kind of dead, right? It's been done, played out.
I'm just hearing about this, but just as I say goodbye, I just want to leave this that apparently Jesse Smollett was indicted on 16 felony accounts.
Yes!
So, peace out, everybody. Apparently, I'm saying apparently because...
Yeah, no, he's been caught on 16. There might be more.
How many of those are fraud, though?
I'm going to sound ignorant, but who?
Dude,
Jesse Smollett's the guy that paid black guys to beat him up in the MAGA country thing.
Right. Oh, okay, I forgot about that.
And by black guys, I mean like we're in the States on a work visa from like Nigeria.
They were fucking born here.
Were they? I thought they were both from outside the country.
Yeah, every story you've heard said they were Nigerian, but no, they had Nigerian parents, and they were both fucking born in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's being looked into a little more on top of these 16 charges because before the attack, there had been a letter sent to the studio. With a white powder, I guess. Supposed to be like an anthrax scare. Addressed to Jussie Smollett with MAGA or something written on it. They now think he might have sent that too. This was before.
Are you talking about the letter? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
That's totally him. He totally did that. And there was some like white powder in that shit too. So even no matter what it was, he could be charged with like a hard felony that has like 10 or 15 year maximum sentence.
Right. Because regardless of what it is, it's still. I think they can still come after you under the page for that, can't they?
Have a good one,
Later,
Mark.
guys. See you next week, everybody. Peace.
Take care.
Yeah, they could probably get you with something terrorism related there because it would still be like a terrorism threat, right?
Right. Even if it's fake, even a fake terrorism threat is still a threat. Like there was a kid when I was in high school that like an idiot, he was a senior, so he's 18, calls in a fake bomb threat, and he was initially charged with a felony. They ended up dropping it to like to misdemeanor, and he ended up like getting community service and a fat fine. So he ended up with a felony on record, but they initially were going to charge him with a felony. And since he was 18, it would have been a legit, like, yeah, you can never own a gun. You're probably doing a year or two in jail minimum. Yeah, the U.S. doesn't play with stuff like that at all.
Well, yeah, you guys kind of had a big terrorist-related thing happen.
Yeah, like the entire political climate of the U.S. changed in 2001 dramatically.
Wait a second. That was 18 fucking years ago. Get over 9/11.
Okay, we'll get over 9/11 as soon as black people get over slavery.
Get over slavery too. You can be pissed about slavery if you were enslaved, and you can be still going on about 9/11 if you lost someone. Get over Pearl Harbor too, and the fucking the atomic bombs.
Do people still talk about Pearl Harbor?
That didn't just happen.
Like the only time I ever Pearl Harbor is ever even in my my thought process is if I'm in Hawaii, which I've only been there once, and on Pearl Harbor Day.
Yeah,
because I'll see it on my calendar when I pull up Outlook at work. Those are the days I think about Pearl Harbor.
I think most of the world's over Pearl Harbor.
I think most of the people who are not over Pearl Harbor were alive when it happened, so they're not going to be around a whole lot longer.
Exactly, and you know what? Those people can be pissed about it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
If they were involved in it. Or someone they...
Or they were drafted, their sibling was drafted because America became part of World War II. Then I think that's fair. That's fair. If you had a sibling...
Exactly. Or if it affected you personally...
That's fair. I think that's fair.
If it affected you personally, then yeah, go ahead, be pissed. Otherwise, if it happened over a decade ago, get over it.
See, for me, anything like that stuff, people being upset with stuff, all the bullshit that happened in World War II, it's been so long ago. This is my recommendation. Get a tattoo to honor your family members that it affected and move on with your life.
Exactly. The Holocaust. Terrible thing, millions of lives, etc. Also, more than 10 years ago, so not...
Yeah. I actually kind of like the 10-year rule. If it's more than 10 years ago, unless you were directly affected, shut up, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Leave it in the history books when kids are learning about history in school. Yeah, of course they should learn about these things so we don't repeat it.
But, if it's fucking 2019 and you're worrying about something that happened in 2001 on a regular basis, don't.
I don't worry about it. I just recognize that it changed the political climate in this country. It's the main thing that matters to me. Is yes, people died. Yes, it was sad. Yada yada yada. I don't even care when people talk conspiracy stuff like that. I was whatever.
Yeah, the conspiracy stuff is admittedly really dumb, but it is what it is, right? This happened almost 20 years ago. Get the fuck over it. Fucking respect the ones who died and all that shit, but get the fuck over it. No, I can't think of a single thing that happened more than 10 years ago that's still affecting me.
What about when you were born, asshole?
A single thing, then. There is a thing. A thing. But as far as, tragedies and shit like that, terrible things that happen. I think it would be healthier for society in general if we all went by that 10-year rule. 10 years and then you just shut the fuck up about it.
What?
Huh?
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 What?
No, I'm just saying, we should have a limit on grief.
Yeah, I think it's fair. For Michael Jackson, it was about 45 minutes.
Michael Jackson, I don't think there was a whole lot of grief outside of
his family,
fans, and his family. And, I'm not even sure about the entirety of the family. Pedophile or not, I didn't really care when Michael Jackson died.
I honestly, the jokes were the only thing I really remember about when he died. I couldn't tell you what day it was. I couldn't even tell you what time of year it was. I just remember I was hanging out with some friends. We were having some brews at a buddy's apartment, and one of them one of them was on his computer for whatever reason. And he's like, "Oh, hey, Michael Jackson died," and apparently Farrah Fawcett had died earlier that same day. And so without missing a beat, one of the other guys is just like, he's like, "Guys, I finally figured out what happened with Farrah Fawcett. Her dying wish was that all the little boys in California would be safe, so God killed Michael Jackson."
Yeah, I remember I was at a party when I found out he died.
Yeah.
And hearing about a death at a party has the potential to slow the party down.
Just a lot.
Nobody really cared,
Oh yeah, I mean,
it was Michael Jackson, and we grew up in the 90s, not the 80s, right?
Right. I mean, I was born in '89, so I don't remember anything about the '80s. The '90s was my childhood. So like, Michael Jackson was that guy that wrote a couple of old songs that are somehow still loved. So to me as a kid,
it'd be like growing up in the 80s and having Elvis die, right? It's that kind of sucks. Like that one song.
There's like, oh yeah, he's the guy that sings. What does Elvis sing? Blue Suede Shoes.
There we go.
He was like, oh yeah, he's dead. Didn't know he was still alive. Okay.
What was the context of this one? I remember this picture. I love this picture.
Yeah, that was my avatar for a while on Twitter. Was the individual version.
Yeah, I did a couple of those. I think we were going to war with was it Wrath? Not Wrath. Obviously, going to war with was it
Warski Live? This was pre-Blood Sports Warski Live.
Okay. Wait, what? We had pre-Blood Sports beef with Andy?
I think it was kind of like a joke that everyone went with. I'm pretty sure you were just blasted, Schmeckle, and you were just like, it was like, that's it. We're at war with Warski Live. And it just, everyone kept the joke going and making it worse. And that ended up being the thumbnail.
Yeah, something about war. We're going to war. And then I ended up being the thumbnail. You're right. I
don't remember this. I don't remember a lot of those.
You were so housed, I think we woke you up at one point.
Yeah, we can't end the stream if you fall asleep. It's your show.
Man.
I remember this one was a very popular thumbnail. I fucking hate making it. It took forever because there's so many people in there.
Didn't you draw everyone in like all the avatars entirely and then put them together? Because I thought I saw separate versions of each of these avatars.
I made separate versions of each of the avatars because Schmeckle asked me to, because he really liked it and he thought, yeah, we're all gonna have like go in the war avatars, so it would keep the theme going afterwards. And then he bitched at me for not putting myself in there, and I was like, dude, there's already too many people on here. I'm not putting myself in there.
If memory serves, that was one of our most popular at that point in the show.
Yes, it was one of the most popular streams we ever did. It was something.
Yeah, those are. Oh man, I remember simpler times when we would just randomly DM people that were like, wouldn't it be fun to have them on, and then they just show up.
Yeah, we used to do that a lot.
Like Maddox, we got a couple of times. Bearing several times. Tits a few times.
I don't think we ever had Maddox.
I thought we had Maddox on once.
No, Schmeckle.
I don't think so.
But no, we tried. We never got him.
Schmeckle had mentioned that he would try and get him at one point, but it never happened.
Yeah, it's definitely not happening now.
No. Oh, God, no. We'd have a higher chance of getting maybe Dick Masterson, but that's about it. Even he's like, why the fuck would I bother?
Yeah, Maddox and Dick, I'm not really interested in. I'd like to have a Stereos on sometime.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, Stereos is a cool guy.
I think it'd be fun to have Vern on. Haven't we had him on before, Vernaculus?
I don't think so.
I think he'd be interesting to talk to.
I remember because I did his avatar for a little while. Schmeckle was trying to say, "Hey, use that connection. Get him on here." I'm like, no, I don't think he'll come on. A bunch of shitlords.
Yeah, but Vern's a little more
intellectual.
Yeah. We don't quite do the intellectual shit.
Yeah, it's true.
Or if we try, we don't do it well.
Well, there's too much alcohol to do it well.
Be intellectual on here.
Yes, don't make me be the smart one. It's not a plan. It's not not only is it not a good plan, it's not a plan. Just don't do it.
Anyway, I'll be right back. Converse amongst yourselves.
Now this is like the old show.
This is what you remember. Yeah, Schmeckle would go off and take care of business.
Converse amongst yourselves.
I'll assign someone else in charge, and then I'm gone, taking care of it.
You didn't even make someone in charge this time. It's just converse.
What's the point? It's just you and me.
That's true. That's true. We don't really have anyone to regulate.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh man.
Yeah, we've been doing streams for a while now.
I haven't. I was going to be on Pleb stream last weekend, but I got the contract and everything firmed up for my new place last weekend, so everything just got turned into a whirlwind. I just rushing to get stuff together. Like tonight's probably the last time I'm turning this computer on in this house.
Are you leaving the computer as well?
No, the computer's going with me.
Okay.
But this will be the last time it's getting turned on inside of this house, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. And then you'll be back or you'll be on your other place.
Oh my god, dude, that thumbnail. What the hell is his name?
Which one?
Pod.
Oh,
Politipod, and how he would just not let anyone forget that he'd had Sargon.
At the time, that was his greatest accomplishment.
It's like, hi, I had Sargon on my show once, Politipod.
Fair enough. I mean, if that's your
I mean, fair enough. Like, besides TJ Kirk, Sargon definitely at the time was the biggest name in the whole shitlord thing.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I think Sargon's more tolerable than TJ Kirk.
Oh, well, see. I'm pretty sure half of what TJ does is an act. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I think TJ and Alex Jones have a lot in common in that they exaggerate their personalities to extremes when they're on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say like that's the only really parallel that I would draw with TJ and Alex Jones. To be clear, I don't think that TJ is a conspiracy theorist, but they both definitely like crank it to 11 when they're on camera.
Yeah, I could see that, which makes me wonder.
Well, I mean, I've seen like when Jeff has done meet and greets in Seattle after he was on Drunken Peasants, and you see him and TJ hanging out in public, and TJ is nowhere near as excessive and intense when he's at a bar or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, he's way more intense when he's recording for his channel, and he's way more like snarky and like rude and stuff on like when he's on his podcasts than he seems to be outside of that from just content that's been around where he's there and it's not his show. He's not running a show.
How tired do you think TJ is? I mean, I don't think he can keep up with the yelling and the shouting. I think he's just exhausted.
Dude, I mean, you know who I bet's tired as hell? Philly D. Like, could you imagine having to be like that high energy and excited about stuff every day? And you know, like, because I mean, his videos are like 4 to 6 segments, as long as 10 minutes. You know, he's probably in studio for like 4 or 5 hours every morning making the episodes. Like, that's got to be exhausting.
I imagine he is pretty tired at this point.
And could you imagine how tired he must have been before he could afford to have an editing crew when he was doing it all himself, dude? That was thanks.
If there was anyone out there who I couldn't be surprised if I found out that he was on cocaine, it would be Philly D. I mean, I know Schmeckle likes to joke that it's like Andy Orski, but I'm like, I don't know. I think Philly's got him beat. And he can finally calm down.
Philly D is, definitely real high energy.
I'm pretty sure Shane Dawson's on coke.
Shane Dawson seems more like he's on ecstasy.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's both.
It could be. Bitching Witch says Philly D's hardly high energy. Now Jacksepticeye, he's high energy.
Oh,
did you guys know he's built?
He is? Really?
Yeah, I made some comment to the Bitching Witch about how he needs to eat. He's a real scrawny guy. A couple weeks later, she sends me pictures of him without a shirt. Motherfucker's covered in muscle.
He goes to the gym every single day. He doesn't miss
it's like when when Lacey Green went public with dating Chris Reagan, and everyone's like, "Oh, Chris Reagan's such a scrawny dude. You see him without a shirt. He's thin, but he's like cut. He's in shape." I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, fucking Markiplier is muscly as shit too.
Well, I mean, if I were famous for
ridiculous.
being on camera, I'd probably make the commitment to go to the gym way more than I would otherwise, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, that's true. I mean,
because that just helps you be more marketable, to be honest. In my opinion, if the better shape you're in, the better you look, the better you can market to a broader demographic.
I'll work on that.
Or just work on drawing dad ass more even. Lopsided.
I'll work on it, I swear.
Don't act like you know Jimmy's body better than he does. Maybe he's just got a lopsided ass.
That's why you squat with both legs, Jimmy.
I am right-handed, so maybe
Oh, the Tenga days.
Take a look at that.
That's Jacksepticeye?
That's Jacksepticeye.
What the heck, dude? Jesus. He looks like
he's such a goofy looking motherfucker.
Look at his facial expression. He looks like he's got to drop one bad.
He looks like he's the world's most muscly elf.
Dude, he's the enforcer in the Keebler gang, man.
Wait, isn't he Scottish? He must
Irish.
Be a leprechaun. Irish? Oh, wait. Who has
I think leprechauns are Irish.
Leprechauns are definitely Irish.
Okay.
It looks like somebody posted a bearded child's head onto a full-grown man's body.
It really does. It's like, goodness, it's like if Lucky the Leprechaun took steroids.
The head and the body just don't go together.
They don't. It looks like, you know what? What if that's a Photoshop?
That's what I was thinking at first, but she sent multiple pictures, and it's the same body, different head, unless Jack himself is photoshopping.
I mean, this is the internet. Like, would you be shocked by this?
I wouldn't be. No, it could happen.
I mean, because it literally looks like he just like trimmed down like the total like size and took a picture of Hugh Jackman when he was playing Wolverine and put his own head on it.
Oh, come on. Hugh Jackman's a hell of a lot hairier than that.
Well, yes, but if you're trying to narrow it down to be like closer to what your build looks like with a shirt on, then you might accidentally edit out the hair.
It could be.
You know, it's like when the chicks try to post pictures and then they end up warping the door of the closet behind them, making themselves look thin.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap up. Jimmy, tell everybody about the commissions.
Oh yeah, I'll be taking commissions. I'll have 5 slots available, so I'll tweet them out pretty soon. And yeah, hit me up. $30 avatars is what I'm doing for right now. No big landscape nonsense shit like I've been doing. No more of that. I'm done with that.
Yeah, nothing that's gonna interrupt him doing our thumbnails, working on the comic, and all that shit. Yeah. $30, you get an avatar, and I'm gonna be the one to actually draw it. Jimmy will just sign the bottom.
For $50, he will send you a print of a drawing of fruit that I did drunk.
It'll have little blood stains and everything.
I will draw fruit while drunk and send it to you for $50. For $1,000, you get the original.
Also, Schmeckle, why is Wrath not wrenched in the chat?
Because Wrath has this is Wrath's first time at a Snatchcast.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
After
anyway,
we got hacked.
We're gonna shut the fuck down. Get the fuck out of here. We might be back. I'll let you know. Bye, cunts.